lawsuit with the victims of Jeffrey Epstein for $72 million. And I don't know what was worth that much that only two people have been to jail for in America, but the lawsuit claims that Bank of America facilitated Epstein's human trafficking operation. This is now the second major U.S. bank to have to do this following the Epstein fallout, and the third bank overall, at least from what I could see. Chase agreed to pay victims $290 million and the U.S. Virgin Islands $75 million separately. Deutsche Bank agreed to pay $75 million for
Yo, what's up?
How's it going, man?
Chilling. Can I get your race, your ethnicity, where you're from?
Race and ethnicity?
Yeah.
I'm white and a mixture of like Italian and German.
Okay, I got you. This is usually a black space, but since FBAs want to claim European lineage, I'm gonna let you respond.
I've talked to him, I believe him, yeah. But yeah, so in regards to the problems, if I could ask real quick, is this the inference that, or what I'm inferring from this, are you implying that the first police force were slave catchers?
I mean, that is a point to make. I'm just extending it to the ICE agents now.
Well, I often hear people say this. That's objectively not true, because if you look, the slave catching patrols they're referring to were in the South, right? In the 1830, I believe it was established in 1838, if I'm recalling correctly. And if you go even like 200 years before that, you found in Boston, not only was the first prison opened in Boston, I believe in the 1620s, but as early as 1635, they had early forms of like patrol for towns to make sure there was no thieves or criminality going on. So that was an early form of police. The first official police force was established, I think, in the late 1700s or early 1800s in Boston, which was not a place that had slavery. So again, these things objectively, it's just kind of a platitude, or just something that's commonly said by black nationalists. It's not true at all.
Well, you said you made parallels with policing and then border patrolling. So how is that different than ICE does patrol borders as well?
I accidentally said border patrol. That's kind of why I corrected myself. It's more of a patrol for the town, but it was like
okay. But okay.
I mean, I suppose the town had borders. I mean, in a sense, of course. But I mean,
yeah,
but
were those stolen territories, or were those?
No, dude. Boston has existed for hundreds of years, man. Boston was already a city. Like,
oh, okay. And this is 1830 what?
No, the first thing I mentioned, the first prison was founded in Boston, and I don't want to see the exact year, but I think it was in the 1620s or the 1620s, I believe. The first prison was opened in Boston. If you look it up, I'm going off memory.
Was it on a plantation?
No, dude. No, it was not for slavery. There wouldn't have even been like 50 black people in Boston in the 1620s.
Okay.
So
and they didn't have slaves, so they just incarcerated their own.
And later on, the first official police force was established in Boston. They didn't have slaves. That was like the late 1700s or early 1800s.
Okay.
Which predates the slave patrols in the South. So I actually kind of wanted to get into a bigger topic. I just wanted to. I inferred that from what's on screen, and I just hear people say that a lot, and it's just not true.
Well, to a certain extent, I mean, people have been unalived by ICE and have been, mistaken for others and stuff like that, So
name them.
I have a whole list right here. I'm happy that you brought it up.
Yeah, what? Renee Good?
I mean, you got your two white girls, then you got a few black Americans, and then you got a bunch of Latinos.
Yeah, if you read into that, the black America, are you talking about that guy in LA on New Year's? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I believe that's one of them.
Jesus Christ, dude. That guy was waving around an assault rifle and pointed it at an off-duty ICE agent. He pointed at an assault rifle.
I don't know. I got different facts.
What do you mean? This was reported by the media.
Have you worked for a police agency or ICE?
Okay, so why do I need to work for ICE to?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
No, I have not worked for ICE.
Are you a thin blue line guy, or what's your angle on this?
ICE. I support ICE because I support mass deportations.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so which ones are you more concentrated on, or which ones are more worrisome to you? Was it just the murderers and just the rapists and all that, or is it everyday people with no? What do you consider somebody illegal?
We need I think every single illegal immigrant needs to be removed from this country, and I think that we need to go through a process of denaturalizing those who came after 1965. So I believe the Hart-Celler Act was forcefully put on America under false pretenses is we never voted for it, and therefore the demographic change happening to America is very against the very people who founded America, so it is illegitimate.
Okay. You talking about changing the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship? Is that what you're
Well, the
talking about?
birthright citizenship. Well, that's part of it. It's not even specifically what I was referring to. I was more just talking about demographic change. However, and all the Hart-Celler Act, which was in 1965. But the 14th Amendment, that's a good point. The 14th Amendment even said explicitly that this does not apply to foreigners or aliens. However, now this just applies to everybody. Just to listen, even if you don't support ICE, tell me if you support this. Do you know? Remember El Chapo, the Mexican drug lord? Remember him?
Yeah.
Cartel leader, most powerful cartel in the world. That guy has 2 daughters who are full-fledged American citizens because at the height of his power, he just sent his wife across the border and she plopped out 2 girls, and they're just as American as me and you.
Yeah, I mean,
no, tell me, is that okay?
We haven't changed. That's totally fine. I mean, you guys haven't changed that since it
But
was
I'm
out.
asking, is that okay though?
I think it's perfectly fine. Yeah. I think
Okay,
it's
so
perfectly
yes.
fine.
Okay, so
Just because it's Chapo's daughters, the daughter.
Okay.
What did the daughters do?
Okay, it's an extreme example to show you how
Yeah.
far it can go.
We've had a bunch of pedophiles that came here from other countries and had kids, and
Bro, who? What are you talking about? Like,
Trump being one of them, right?
okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, first off, listen, I didn't even vote for Trump. Listen, let me finish.
Okay,
I didn't even vote for Trump, bro. But like all this talk about the Epstein shit, it's so low IQ because you're not even talking about the right thing. You should be talking about Epstein's business partners. But everyone's talking, and the fact that he probably worked for Israel. But everyone's talking about, oh, dude, was Trump in the? I read the files, including Trump. I mean, I think Trump is guilty of covering up the files for other reasons. I don't think it's because he's literally a pedo. I mean, like, and where's the proof? Is it an FBI report from within the files? Because if you actually read those FBI reports, it's documented that the people that made those claims that, oh, Trump was at an auction buying little girls and these other crazy claims, those people were literally like homeless, like committed 3 times to mental asylums, and nobody even read the fine print. And they just went viral with like tens of millions of views online. And people think that the elites are eating babies. It's like, listen, conspiracies are real, but a lot of the shit is just low IQ, and you have no proof that Trump is a pedophile. I don't even support Trump really, but like you have no proof of that. I'm just so fucking tired of this like low IQ bullshit, man. Like, come on, be better. Like,
are you done?
Even if you disagree with him, be intellectual about it, man. Don't just repeat the slop.
So, okay.
I criticize him every day, man. I'm not.
Hold on, lads.
You're a white man. You're a white man.
Yes, I am.
Me too.
Oh my God, we got two.
Aren't you kind of tired of these like people? I just want Trump to take all of them.
All right. That's enough. This is why I don't let white tea people on stage. Okay, we go from one thing to another. Alex, welcome to the panel.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Can I get your race, your ethnicity, where you're from?
Yeah, from New York City, Queens.
Okay.
Yeah, and my race is brown.
Your race is brown. Cool, awesome. Welcome to the panel. Do you want to respond to anything you've heard so far, or do you want to speak on the problem?
Yeah. So FBA, nah, more like FAA, Foundational African American.
Okay. Yeah, facts. What don't you like about FBA?
Yo, they emotional.
Shut up.
They soft. Look, see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They get into feelings quick. I don't like to show my aggression with words. That's for the birds.
Have you run into one in real life or just online?
One of my coworkers, he with that pro-black shit. Well, I asked him. It's funny. I asked him, what's the FBA? He sounded mad. Nervous. Started sweating. He was like,
"Hey, so you like?"
He dismissed it quick.
Hold on, AD. I need to talk to Alex real quick, and I'll let you in.
He dismissed it real quick. Like, oh, don't worry about it. Those are just black people claiming that they're not African. But he pro-black. He pro-black, mind you. He pro-black. He always talking about the white man and shit. And yeah. So hold up, bro. I asked him, so what's that BA? He like, nah. And he be on those TikTok lives. I know he does. And and he was I never seen FBA in real life.
I hear you, Alex. What's your stance on immigration and on all this?
I mean, shit, it's a fucked up system. So I mean, we can't just let anybody in. You feel me? But at the same time, you know, there's been people that never got into trouble with the law and been here for, you know, more than a decade, and for whatever reason, for fucked up reasons, they couldn't fix papers. I don't know. I think we should make a pathway for them if they prove that, you know, they never got into trouble with the law, that they've been working, paying taxes. I don't even give a fuck about that either, yo. You know, I do agree we can't just let anybody in this country, but at the same time, yo, just people can't separate families either.
Yeah, I agree, Alex. And yeah, I agree. Maybe like a quicker process too, because it's just entirely way too long. And how this current administration has fast tracked. You know, it started with just the murderers and the rape and the rapists, but now it's turned
Yeah,
into, you know, people with no criminal history, no criminal, you know, they don't have anything criminally against them, but just making them illegal just because they've been here, you know, and they overstayed their visa or you know what, or they've already been here, crossed through Mexico to get here, and now they're not allowed here. So I get
yeah,
that.
yeah. 'Cause I met people too. There's been times. I remember one time I don't want to stereotype, but I caught a flat in the highway, and I had no tools or anything. And it was these dudes that it looked like they were Mexican. You could tell right away they were quote unquote illegals, right? And they came, they helped me out. They brought out their floor jack and gave me a hand. You know, some of the nicest people that I ever meet. But I don't know. I think you gotta have a better system. But I think
So
85
how you
when I
know
get
they were
something out of his
illegal?
chest.
So how you know they were illegals?
Hold
Because
on,
I know
Nate.
my people.
Let
I
him
know my
land.
people.
Nah, nigga, you a sellout.
Alex, are you Mexican?
Well, technically I'm not because I was born in the United States.
Yeah, he a sellout.
What you mean
But
I'm a sellout? I just said
hold
I
You a
on,
know my
Nady.
sellout.
people.
Hold
Hey,
on,
look,
Nady.
look,
Let
look,
him.
look.
Hold
I
on, brother.
get
Just
your sentiment, but if they can come here and outwork your ass, we need to trade you and send you back.
What are you
oh,
talking
here
about?
we
How
go.
do you know
Now,
I
Eddie,
work?
you ain't making this any
I'm just
better.
saying. I'm just saying. If if an immigrant can come out here and do better than you, we need to trade you and send you somewhere else.
When did
What
I say that that I'm doing bad?
I'm just
I think
saying. I'm just
you
saying.
starting
That's what
this
I'm
off.
Where
saying.
do you come with that assumption?
That's what I'm because you sound your mentality. I'm not trying to take a shot at you, but people with your mentality just sound like you lose a lot.
What are you talking about? What did I say?
I just said it. It's fucking
80,
common
What
sense
though?
shit.
What
Relax.
you
You
just
sound like
I
you
give an
think you just
lose.
example?
jumped at the end of this conversation.
No,
All
no,
right,
hold on. I
80.
want
I
to hear.
know
Give an
I'm going by
example.
what he just said. He just called some people that helped him fix his tire because he doesn't know how to fix a tire.
I
He
said I
called
didn't
them
have the
losers. He called them
tools.
illegals.
I said quote unquote,
I would rather
quote
have these
unquote.
illegal people that are running around with tools in their car versus having you that don't know how to change a fucking tire as a
Yo,
grown
hold on, hold
man.
on, hold on.
We should
Yo,
trade
I'm gonna let
you
you talk.
and bring them in. It's that fucking simple. It's not hard. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. We got a bunch of stupid people in America now, and you're hating on immigrants because they're immigrants, not because they're
No,
stupid,
hey,
but because
I gotta be right
You
back.
done?
Y'all calm down. Don't go crazy on each other. Just relax.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
be
I'm
no.
right
just
back.
I'm cool,
saying you
calm, and
don't even
Alex,
know how to
collected. That's what
fix
I'm
a
Alex.
saying.
tire, and
Again,
you
80.
calling
You
people
came at the back
illegals.
end of this conversation. Just relax.
I get it. I get it. I get it. But I'm just going. I asked them a simple question. How do you know? You don't know these people are illegals,
You
and
done?
they're clearly more equipped than you. So, like I
You
said, we should trade you and bring them in.
you done? Are you done?
It's that fucking simple.
Yo,
It's not
yo,
fucking
you done?
rocket science. God damn.
You done?
God damn.
Just do this. Yo,
Dealing
you
with
done?
fucking morons and shit,
Yo,
man.
are you fucking done or not?
Are you fucking done or not? Nigga,
Yo,
shut the fuck up with your
you
bitch ass.
emotional as hell. You sound like a fucking
You
female.
sound
You
like
getting your
you're
fucking
emotional.
feelings.
You know happiness is an
You
emotion
getting
too,
your
you stupid
fucking
fuck.
feelings. You
You know that?
soft.
You know
You
happiness is an emotion
soft.
too, you dumbass
You
nigga. I bet
soft.
you
I'll
3K I'll
fuck
knock
you
you out
up.
in 3 minutes or less.
I'll
I bet you
fuck. Yo,
3K I'll
you New
knock your
York?
bitch ass
Yo,
out.
you New York?
3K.
Yo,
Put
you
some
New York?
money up.
I don't do this
Put
talking
some
shit.
money up, faggot boy.
You
I can be
soft,
in
nigga. I'll
Yonkers in no
fuck you. Let me see.
time.
Let me click on your
Yonkers in no
profile. Yo, I'm gonna look at
time.
your
School
pictures.
Street, faggy boy. School Street, faggy boy. No time.
Oh, you in
No
Yonkers?
time.
You in Yonkers?
YO.
You in Yonkers?
YO. YO. Nigga Brownsville. What's up? I'll fuck you up in real life 3 minutes or less. I'll give you 3K if I can't knock your ass out. 3 minutes or less. 3 minutes or less, pussy.
Thing.
3 minutes or less,
Yo,
pussy.
vibes. What you? Yo, so what?
3
Yo,
minutes or
vibes.
less.
Yo, vibes.
You want to put a tampon in, or you want to say yes?
You talk a lot. You yap a
Yeah,
lot.
you a pussy.
And I'll fuck you up,
Yeah,
nigga.
you're a pussy.
I'll beat the dog shit out
You're a
you.
pussy.
Nigga,
Pussy
your
don't beat
father's a
shit.
pussy,
Pussy gets
nigga.
beat.
Nigga, your
Pussy
father's a
gets
pussy,
beat,
nigga. I'll
faggy.
fuck you up, nigga. Yo, you a
Faggy,
FBA,
shut
nigga?
up. No, you
Nigga,
won't.
you a
You're a
FBA?
crybaby. You don't
You a
even know how.
FBA? This nigga soft, yo. This nigga soft. That's what I mean, yo. That's how a lot of black people get that stereotype. What do you think, Vibe? Yo, your Vibes today.
Give me a second. I just had to drop him because he's saying all kinds of crazy shit. Hold on. Okay, I got my mod here. Hold on. Cuddy, request up, brother.
Yo, he mad emotional.
Was he FBA? Hold on. Everybody
Well,
in
he
the
right
queue, just
there.
wait up for a minute. I need my mod up in here because it's getting crazy. Yo, Cookie, you gotta request my friend request because I don't know why I can't send you an invite. I got a couple more people up in here though. Oh, there you go. All right. Now I can request everybody up. 80, 85. If I invite you back here, you got to relax, brother. Please. I don't know what you guys were arguing about, but he's not against
Hey,
illegal
gang.
immigrants. He's not.
Uh,
All right, Cookie. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, Cookie. You handle this. Make him answer
sounds good.
the prompt.
That nigga named
Sounds
Cookie.
good. It sounds good. Yeah, go introduce yourself and answer the prompt, please.
85, I'll break your fucking jaw, nigga.
No, you won't, faggy boy.
Okay, we're not
I'll chop you
yeah,
up.
we're not
No,
doing
you
that.
won't, faggy boy. I'll scalp your faggot ass.
All right.
85,
So, buddy,
85. You the one talking about?
yeah,
Okay. He's gone. Okay.
yeah, gang is their culture and stuff, so we don't do that here.
Vibes. Thank you. I saw the prompt. That's why I came up. I studied international relations and history in school. A lot of melanated people around the world do not know. In the United States, the police were the first set of people. In the United States police were. Well, I'll slap the shit out of you. Just stay away from me, man. I don't know you. No, I'm not trying to fight you. Just go away. I'm not talking to you, man. I'm talking to people right here. You see? I got friends here. Okay, don't come to me. What the heck? Yeah, you see this shit? I was talking to you guys. A white man just walk up to me like, what happened in the state? What's my problem with that shit? Fucking drunk.
Yeah, I would have knocked the shit out of him and say that he called you an N-word or something. Go ahead, bro. Address it, bro. Are you there? King Idris, are you there?
You understand? So
yeah, go ahead, bro. Yep.
yeah, so once I saw the prompt, I'm like, damn. And the way the ICE people move now, that was the same tactics they were using at the time. And like you can see what is going on in the state now. The cops want to stay out of it, and the FBAs, they are licking the boot of the ICE people. I love that shit. The picture, man, vibes to get it right, and they don't know the history. They don't know the history. If they know better, they will know. If you're melanated people, you're black, you don't have no friends in the world. No friends. Nobody cares. Like we saw what happened at the United Nations. Even the Ghana president, what he said, blah, blah, blah. Okay. After he said it, who said no? That what happened to the human race is nothing bad to humanity. It's not the greatest stuff that ever happened to no humanity. The United States, the small cap people, and Argentina. And 123.
The Ghanaian president is a real black excellence.
Thank you.
And you know what he did, man. He's a king.
Thank you.
And FBA they can't even have access on this graveyard, and he's the only king that had access on those graveyards with
Thank you.
Heavy security.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of people don't know this, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
So the United States say no. What happened to us is not the greatest stuff that ever happened to no you people as human beings. And once they say no, Argentina say no, the smoker people say no. Imagine that shit. So now people will now come here protecting the United States, saying I'm this, I'm that. Don't you know this is a company? It's a company. So me, I like the prompt. I like vibes. I like what you speak about on this live, but people should understand some people are weak to these shenanigans that is going on, and we know what's up. We know what's up. So that's just what I want to say, bro. And nobody should
Yeah,
disrespect illegal immigrants in this country. I'll just keep short like that.
for sure,
Thank you.
bro. For sure, bro. Yeah, the United States is a big cake for everybody to get, a piece out of it. If you haven't got your piece yet, then you're a loser. FBS, you gotta get a piece out of the big cake and just move on. If you can't get one, then you're a loser. It's that simple, right?
Yeah, you're on point, bro. Because the way it is, a lot of people. This is what I'm saying. I studied international relations and history, and that stuff really changed my life. It changed my life. So it makes me know stuff other people don't know. Look at in my country, Nigeria, they banned history. Some African country, if you name out of the 54 African countries, they purposely ban history because they don't want us to know nothing about what happened in the past. They don't want us to. So even a lot of Nigerians don't know about the WAR in history that have already happened in Nigeria. They don't know shit. They don't know nothing about that because I don't teach them in school. Even the Ghanaians do not know Kwame Nkrumah was first buried in another African country. The Ghanaians people don't know because the Ghanaian government be like, nah, don't tell people, don't let them know what we did. So they stop history. And a lot of people don't talk about this, Black people always go about their own wars by themselves. We have no friends. We have Hispanic people, very stupid people that don't like us. The Koreans don't like us. Everybody don't like us. So what's that? So what the heck? We have no friends.
Oh no,
We have no friends.
Vibes is half Hispanic, bro. Let's not, do that.
No, I know,
Sorry, bro.
I know. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Vibes.
No,
And
no,
you used
no.
to go against me because
Hey,
I used to
listen.
say, every
I'm
time I
back.
come,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm
Listen,
sorry, bro.
listen.
Because
No,
I
no,
respect
no.
Vibes
I'm
a
not.
lot.
Look,
Respect, brother. I respect
no,
you, man.
no. Guys. Hispanic, Latino, those are generalization terms that encompass a lot of different groups of people. Okay, there is a lot of racism in Hispanic, Latino. When we say Hispanic, we're talking about people that speak Spanish. Okay, they don't make up for
Thank you. That's
demographics
what
of
I
people.
mean. God bless
And
you.
then Latino are Latin Americans, right? I'm Mexican, right? That's half of me, Afro
I know
Mexican,
you're Mexican. I know,
then
bro.
yeah. I'm just being clear about it so people can still understand because I don't mind people using those terminologies as long as they know what they're talking about. But and then
So,
yeah, go ahead.
Vibes, let me tell you what happened in Main Street. There's a library in Queens, right? So I got a security contract there. So I took my people there. The first day, I tried to tell them, yo, bro, we need this money. These new people working for me, blah, blah, blah. Then we cool. The whitey people over there don't say nothing to them because most of the people I employ being a new, I just start, they're like African, I got 2 Black American, but mostly they're Africans. But nobody say nothing because of what they look like. Do you know the people I got problem with? The Hispanics on the job. They don't want to do nothing with them, and they were reporting them, doing everything to just take them out of the job. I have to come resume myself because my employee will come back and complain every time about these people, and I don't want to lose the contract because it's a government job. So I'm like, okay, Betty, I call my younger brother now. I want us to go somewhere. If they fuck up, we need to beat them up. I got a deal. There's a way we'll do it. So I went there, faced it myself, and I felt bad for my employee. I felt bad for all the people that work for me because the way they were acting, it was crazy. It was uncalled for, man. They were too blunt about it. They don't care. They don't hide it. They're not even scared about the repercussion. They don't care, man. And I was shocked of my experience like that. They're like, we don't eat with you. They make it open. They're like, we're not gonna eat, bro. It was crazy, man. It was hectic. I won't lie. I felt bad for the people that work with me. I have to keep calling these people, thanking them for their their effort, because I never believe stuff like that still go on in the beautiful country like this. We see some in South Africa, but I never knew. So that's the reason why I said I'm sorry, man. But I know you Mexican, but I love what you do on this platform. Respect, brother.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, appreciate it. And again, everybody has their shit, like kind of like the whole this Ashley Gonzalez lady that got these FBAs on, and then we got the whole Latinos and we got Hispanics, which are one and the same. Like I said, Latinos mean people that live in Latin America. Hispanic mean Spanish speaking people. We know Hispanic comes from Spain. Why we speak Spanish is because of the Spaniards, which are Europeans, so we know how long they've been here. We know how long they've colonized, and we know what impact that has done to those communities, including Mexico. But we do have indigenous communities. We have Afro-Latinos, Afro-Hispanics, Afro-Mexicans that, don't have the same sentiment. But we do have some too that fall into that, just like we have Black Americans that fall into it, and then people within your own countries that side with that side of things. So we just to be aware of all. But no, last time we were up here, King, I think it was all three of us. We were talking about music. We were talking about music. You guys were singing. That was a good one.
Yeah, no,
I got that one for the books. I got that recorded.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a YouTube so I can put all these lives together.
Yeah, but, I'm a YouTuber. I don't care what you do. Even when I come into your life, I don't care, man. I like that. Do what you do, and I respect what you do. It's cool. For me, it's cool.
Appreciate
it, man.
What's up, JD? With the Cookie, I'm sorry about earlier today. I had Julian X here. I wanted to hear from him. Last time we argued really bad, and I don't think he remembered me. So this time I wanted to keep it clean. But welcome up, JD. Welcome to the panel.
Yeah, FBA, representing FBA all day. How y'all doing?
You got to stop that.
No, I'm just joking. Hey, I had a phone call earlier, bro. I'm sorry, man. I think you dropped the live afterwards, right?
I'm not sure. I had today, right now.
No, like in the afternoon.
Oh yeah. I might have dropped it. Yeah, don't worry. I just send invites to everyone. So
no, I gotta ask this brother a question, man. Idris, King Idris.
Yeah, JD, bro.
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
I'm chill.
Hey, you from West Africa, right?
Yeah, from Nigeria.
Hey, let me ask you a question, bro. Hey, what's going on with this Mali and this T group, man? I mean, I know. I just want to ask one question. Let me ask one question, please. One question.
Oh.
The thing I need to know is who are these Tuareg T groups?
Okay.
Who are they?
So let me explain to you. What happened was from the previous leader of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi. So
who's got a noise? Hold on, let me mute, and then I can listen to you. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So when Muammar Gaddafi passed away, Muammar Gaddafi have set of, I would say they call them independent fighters, for him, people that he sent on an errand, to deal with his dirty laundries, the dirty stuff in Africa at the time. He was sending these people to a lot of stuff. Those people, after he was unalived, and the United States, get into the country, they dismantled the system. Those people broke away to the Saharan route, and they started coming down straight to West Africa. But they find peaceful home in some side of Mali, outskirts of Mali, and they understand what is going on there. So the Tuareg T groups, they come from the Tuareg people. There's some certain people, they call them the Tuareg people. They Tuareg, that's their culture. But they're like beast of no nation, because a lot of people don't welcome them to be part of them. They're part of Mali. They're part of Mali mainly, but they fought WAR, civil WAR. They're like, how would I put it? They pay them to go against other people, So now they want to take the northern part of Mali, which it's been in, they've been talking about this for a long time. It's not big smoke, but it's out there. a lot of people that study international relations and history, we know the Tuareg people want to get out of Mali. They don't want to be part of that. You can find them everywhere, even to Algeria, some part of, you can find them in that northern atmosphere, but mainly they're still part of Mali too. So what happened of recent was the Mali government knows that they don't have enough resources to equip a lot of mercenaries, to fight for them. So they have this deal with Russian government that they give them this deal, and they give them these prolific Russian fighters that they help them in everything they're doing. So they have these powerful drones. That's the same thing the Ghana president did. He signed an agreement of recent that they put the intelligence of Ghana into the heart of some Europeans, but that's not what we're talking about though. So the Malian people have already put their intelligence and their power at the hand of the Russians. The Russians know everything happening. They can see it from Russia. They have the full intelligence of everything happening in Mali. So when the issue came up and they have the problem, and Northern Tuareg think it's easy for them to take over the military in Mali, they let them come in, like they captured the city, the northern side of Mali. They let it look to them like it was very easy, and they countered them. And the counter attack, I have it on my phone. I wish I can play it for you guys. It's like, you let people come in. They came into the city, they felt everything was okay. They were even going to the administration office, sitting down, saying they took the northern part. They bring down the flag of Mali. And before they know, the Russian intelligence were the one that deal with them, not the Mali military. It was the Russian military. I don't know what Mali will be paying to the Russian government for that, because the Russian people, they'll be losing on their home turf to the Ukrainians. They'll be losing. A lot of them have been alive. So, but they don't. They know what is going on. But mostly the question you asked me, brother, the Tuareg people are from North Africa. The Tuareg have huge history in Algeria, some part of Morocco, and some part of Mali in West Africa. Tuareg are very, very, the skinny people like the Fulani with the big lawani, they got big tower on their head, and their only tools they know is AK, and that's what they know. They believe in WAR. And they live on that. They pay them as mercenaries. A lot of people know them, but this time they made a huge mistake because they never know Mali government. They took the city from them, but they let them come in like everything was peaceful, and they're unalive. They took them out so bad. I got a video on my phone, but I can't send that kind of video.
I have the video. I have the video. Continue.
Okay. Thank you. So that's the way the Tuareg. So the Tuareg don't believe in what we got going on in Africa. They don't believe in that because they believe in the old history. The Tuareg people were the people that collect tax from Timbuktu and Gao market in the ancient days. Timbuktu and Gao, that was the biggest market in the first civilization of Mali. The Timbuktu and Gao, they're still dirty today. Nobody can hand their history. They were the biggest market, but the Tuareg were the one controlling the market at the time, taking tax from people. So they've been prevalent in our community. People know them, but they don't like what we stand for because they come through the Islamic stuff, through scholars and stuff. We know what is going on in Africa. There is religion to capture us. That's why a lot of Africans need to emancipate themselves from mental slavery. It's what it is. These people don't want us to grow. The most complete human being on earth is us. I went to school and I studied. The most complete human woman on earth is a black woman with the complete genes. So they don't want us to rise. We see what is going on in Sudan. We know what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria don't just have that problem that way. He was being stationed to be that way. Like, you can't be the most populated black nation on earth. You can't be the only country that have the most black millionaires. You can't be one of the countries that have most of the resources after Congo, and you want to enjoy all that for yourself. So it means all the black people will be coming to you. If you check the blood of the black people, the lineage, the ancestral, where they come from, their origin, most of them come from Nigeria. Even through the slavery, anybody that come from Benin Republic, you check their bloodline from the slave era, they come from Nigeria. Even some side from Cameroon, some part of Ghana. So people know what is going on, but they will never speak about it. So a nation like Nigeria with all those potentials, they don't want you to use it. We know about the Kissinger reports that the Americans stated in the Kissinger report that was hidden at the time, that said the Nigerians should never have access to their natural resources because they've seen the potentials of the Nigeria and they don't want it to happen. People don't know why Nigeria is like that. People don't understand. I'm a proud African, proud Nigerian. I live there and I understand what is going on there. Every African countries have their own problem. The first African nation to have independence in the world is Ghana. What was the end of Ghana? People don't know. The struggle Ghana passed through to today was because of Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was unalive and they sent him to another country, Guinea. Before he was unalive, they sent him on an exile. They took power from him and he have to run to Guinea. And in Guinea, they make him the second president where he have pancreatitis and he passed away in Guinea. They said they should bury him in Guinea. They have to reopen his burial and bring it back to Ghana in the Ashepok era. So all African countries have their own issue. Tell me an African country, challenge me here, I will tell you their problem. I will tell you how to deal with them and everything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay, the reason why I ask you that question, is because, bro, I love Africa. Okay, I love Africa so much. I'm from Kenya, East Africa, and what's going on in the Sahel, especially after I watched one video about the Tuareg, my FYP was bringing nothing but the Malians, what's going on in Mali. My FYP was bringing me into this Tuareg and all this kind of people. And let me tell you something, as Kenyan, anytime, I'm ready to fight for Mali, bro. As Kenyan, okay? What I've seen what's going on out there, because the Malians who are in Bamako, these are the indigenous people. Those Arabs, they came from the north and they're trying to take over the Sahel area. One thing I learned about the Tuareg yesterday and today, these people, they don't like any part of Ibrahim Traore and Assimi Goita. They don't want any part of them. They don't like what's going on in Sahel right now. They want to destabilize everything. They got paid. You see what I'm saying? And what's going on right now is we as East African, bro, I talk to a lot of my friends, bro. Anytime Mali wants help, we're ready to fight for them. We're ready to stand up with Assimi Goita. For real. What's going on in northern Nigeria, in Kaduna, and all these kind of places, it's really bad what these T groups are doing, man. So my question is, another question I was going to ask you is, why are we allowing the Arabs to take over our regions? Why are Arabs the problem only on the northern part of Sahel? Why are Arabs? They're trying to make other Nigerians fight other Nigerians. Why are French people? They're trying to destabilize this Sahel region after they got kicked out.
Thank you. So the reason is, if you look at the Sahel region, God bless you, my brother. Let me just pray for you first. You're a true African. I know you, JD. You know, we've been on the same life together. I've listened to you so many times. I have a lot of respect for your own life. I don't like to be on the panel with some people that have, a biased mind, because I understand where a lot of people are coming from. So let me put it this way. Number one, you see the Sahel region is a straight road. It's not a straight road like that, but it's a road that attach all of us down to North Africa. And that's our first problem in Africa. I'm not saying open up border, this and that. I have a lot I can talk about. I don't want to go there because I like what you're talking about. People don't talk like this on YouTube. People don't talk like this on TikTok. So what I would say is, you see, the French, they don't want Africans to get what they deserved, because they're the only one of the poorest country in Europe. Italy, France, Poland, all these countries, they don't have money to Portugal, but they lived on slavery. I'm going to go back to the North Africa and what they're doing now, please. But the only thing, the only power the French have now that is keeping their country floating is the black power they have, the Africans they have in their midst. And the money from Cote d'Ivoire to Benin Republic to Cameroon to all these places they control, they will never let it go to the next 50 years. I swear to God Almighty, bro. They're not rich. They don't have the resources. Like the other people have been a big thief for so long, like the British, they sit down on a lot of gold in London. The highest gold reserves in the whole world is in England. So it means they have a lot of deposit of gold, they can never be broke. The United States, after they stopped slavery, they started shadow slavery. It means they control the dollar control the international market. That's why I see them adopting people's president, pulling people, doing what they're doing. It's called geopolitics and world politics. They know what they're doing. So, but if you talk about all these great nations, even to Italy, France don't have it, but they're part of the G7, they're part of the G6, they're part of the G20 because they control the power in African turf. That was the reason why. France is the part of the people that they are sponsoring the unrest in the Saharan region. Because if the Saharan region, look, don't forget that a president was unalive in that same Saharan region at the WAR front. I think either Chad president or Niger, I think it's Chad, was unalive like 4 or 5 years ago. You know, the tribe people took him out. The reason is the tribe are, like I said before, the mercenaries they're being used against the people on the turf in Africa because of the religion aspect. You see, religion, Islamic religion, I'm not saying it's not a good religion. I was a born Muslim, but I don't do that no more. I believe in my culture, my African spirituality as a Yoruba man. That's what I practice now. And most respect to my grandma. I lived with her for 8 years before she passed away, and I learned a lot of the African stuff from her. And that's my belief now. I call God my own way in my dialect when I wake up. I don't speak English to God. Everybody have their own language. I speak my own Yoruba language to God. I will call God Eledumare. If I wake up in the morning, Eledumare Eshete Jimi Releni, it means God, thank you that you wake me up early today. And I will continue pray to God in my own way. I'm not going to do ablution and pray 5 times daily. That's some Arab religion. They modernize their religion. We need to modernize ours. I don't want to go to religion. But that religion is part of stuff that you're still using to scrutinize us. Look at Nigeria now. It's divided. I'm a Yoruba man. In Kwara State, the last G-side that happened in Kwara State, from those same people we're talking about, they came there and lied to the northern Nigerians. That's the Kwara people. They knew Yoruba people, but they're in central north because the Fulani people put the religions there and they scattered people with that already. They are unlike the Yoruba king and they took the community. I don't want to go there. That's another long story. So it's the only place in the Yoruba land that been infiltrated by the Fulanis, bandits, T groups, whatsoever. They lied to them that they are out there to do Ramadan lecture to them. And they're on a live 175 people. Google this. It happened in Nigeria, in Kwara State, a few months ago. Not even 3 months now. Or 4 more. So these things have been happening and nobody don't want to say nothing. It's political. It's political. It's part of the unrest they want to put in Africa, being sponsored by France and some other groups.
Okay.
I studied international.
Do they have the Tuaregs in Nigeria?
So the Tuaregs are part of the bandits in Nigeria. They're the bandits in Nigeria.
Oh my, same people. The Algerians.
Same people.
These are the Algerians and Mauritanians.
Mauritanians. God bless you, man. God bless you, your knowledge, my brother. You know what you're talking about. God bless you. I'm enjoying this.
Because if you look at the video when Fama the Malian army, they captured those T groups, these boys, some of them they're 18 years freaking old, bro.
Very, very young. Yeah, very, very young. That's their occupation. I told you they're mercenaries from father to son. Yeah, that's what they do. The big problem. And they stay under the religion of Islam. After they unalive people, they say
that's not
Alhamdulillah.
Islamic religion. What? No,
I
that's
know,
not, no. Islamic
bro. I
they
know,
don't teach
I
you
know,
to unalive. Yeah.
bro. I know,
What they're
I
doing
know.
is evil thing. That's not Islamic. That's evil. So I watch these videos, bro, and let me tell you something. I love Sahel, bro. Ibrahim
Yeah,
Traore, Assimi Goita, Abdullahi Chiani. You know, I love these guys, whatever they're doing. Remember, they're not only fighting for the Sahel, they're fighting for the Africa.
thank you, all of us.
Every African man should understand that.
Thank
They're
you.
fighting for Africa. Sadio Kamara was taken out.
They're fighting for the voiceless people, people that have no voice.
Exactly.
That's what they're
Exactly.
fighting for.
Exactly. Sadio Kamara was taken out with his second wife
Yeah,
and family. You see?
for sure.
But the thing is, my question
Very
is, how
painful.
did they get there? But what happened to what happened to the Malian intelligence? How did they get there? That's
That's
what I
why I
don't
say,
understand.
you see,
How?
ever since Gaddafi, the Libya president, was the most powerful president. You see, the United States sponsored them too. You
Yep.
see, there's a chapter of them, like they came from the, what was these people? I think Al-Qaeda, I forget them. The United States, the CIA sponsored them.
CIA,
Yeah,
the T
yeah,
groups.
yeah, they're part of the, I forget, oh shit. Okay, maybe I'll remember the name. They're part of the, they call them the Janjaweed whatsoever, but they're part of these two, the tribes under the Tuareg people. I don't know how to put it. Those people, they
Oh,
need
those
to,
are part of Tuareg too?
yeah, they're part of Tuareg. They came from them. They're like the breakaway tribes. I told you, that's why I was mentioning
Oh
their
my God,
mercenaries.
man. Oh my
Their
God, man.
that's why I kept mentioning the mercenaries. The mercenaries. Anybody can welcome them, pay them.
But how
They're
did they
gonna go.
how did they came from Kida? You know, there's a town they took over the town.
Because they never
How did
allowed
they?
them to have their own country. That's just the problem. That's
But you know,
simple.
but I was in another panel yesterday. Let me tell you something, bro. I hate this Tuareg.
Yeah.
I was in their panel yesterday. They're speaking their language, right? But I
Yeah,
knew
they
the
don't want you to
Tuareg
know what's
because
going on.
yeah, they're speaking their language. I get in there. Nobody speaks English, right? I
Yeah.
asked them, you guys, whatever you guys are doing, whatever you guys are talking about, all this evil, you call yourself Muslim, this thing is not right. You know, they block me. Okay,
They'll block you.
I don't care. They block me, so it's fine. I'm not dead. You know, I'm saying okay. They block me. It's okay, no problem. You know, but the thing is, you know, you have to give people their facts. Some of them they're saying, oh, there was a Ghanaian lady in there. She was saying, there was a Ghanaian lady in there. She was saying that
Okay.
there was a Ghanaian lady there. She was fighting, right? She was fighting for the rest of the Africans. She was saying that she was telling me, JD, these people, they're fighting. We are the indigenous people of the land. These are Arabs people. You know, she was saying like that. She was right, but she got blocked too. So people in Mali, in Bamako, and Assimi Goita, and Fama, and them, these are the indigenous people for the land. Why are Tuareg people trying to fight? They said we own the 60% of the Mali, and Assimi don't want to give us a part of our land. They want to be independent.
Yeah. So this is the beginning of the problem at the end. Let me just say it in one form. Okay, you ask me a question. Oh, why did they have that power? Why can they do that? Just because they want to have their own country and they do not give to them. And they say it, they declare themselves as an independent state of Tuareg a few years ago. I watched the video. They okay, I'm checking comment section, but don't let me talk about that. So they declared themselves as an independent state of Tuareg, but they never accepted them. And
On which land?
that's just the
On
beginning
which
of
land?
it.
Okay, Idris.
In
On
Mali,
which land?
I don't know. It's not their land, but they want to take it by force.
Okay, but do you remember when French were there? Do you remember when the French were there? The French were protecting after French left. After the Sahel kick out the French are sending T groups towards Sahel right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because they want their policy to control. Okay, why did they control the 16 French colonies? Is because they tell them we're going to give you security. Finish. I'm a student of historian. I study international relations and history.
That's why I asked
That's
you.
just it. God bless you, brother. That's just the reason why France have power in Africa. Oh, we're gonna give you security. That's just it.
But
That's just the reason why.
okay, so they don't want Russian. This French, they don't like Russians in there. Okay, they don't like
You know
Russians
why?
in there.
They don't
Why?
want Russia to have power. Okay, let me tell you. Russia is the only country in Europe that never have nothing to do with slavery.
Right.
The French don't like that. Because the reason why they get into the scramble of Africa and whatsoever happened at the time, it was because they were going against themselves. They owe themselves money. they use us to settle their own scores.
Wow.
I bet that you
Wow. Wow.
understand.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
France
Wow.
was France was owing England. Italy was owing England. Spain was owing Germany. It's Google this as we're speaking now, you see it. Just Google this. So people know, and that was the reason why they use us to settle their scores. So they use the resources they get from us to pay their debt, to their brothers, and they stick as an empire together as their brothers. That's why I don't understand what is going on in South Africa. I know what is going on in South Africa is political though, because the next president will be a whitey person in South Africa.
No. We're gonna get back to South Africa. Let me tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
I love Sahel with passion, with my whole heart.
Because that's the only tree that tie all of us together as Africa.
Exactly.
God bless you. God bless you, man.
Exactly. Mali, bro. Anytime they ask me come fight for Mali, bro, for Assimi Goita, I swear to God with my mother, bro, I'm ready for them, bro. Because one thing I came to realize, the Tuareg people. Before I used to respect these people. I used to respect my neighbor here. He's from Mauritania. We always just tell each other salam alaikum, salam alaikum. That's it. But
They're very quiet people.
Yeah, they're very quiet. They're very quiet here.
They don't want you to know what is going on.
One thing I came to realize: these people are the African enemies, bro.
Number one enemy. Number one.
Look how they take out Sadio Kamara. Everybody's mourning right now.
So let me tell you another thing that will shock you. Do you know what is going on in Sudan?
I know what's going on in Sudan. I know very well.
So have you seen the day the plane flown and landed in Sudan and was sharing ammunition? The white people that was sharing ammunition in Sudan, sharing money, sharing food and all those stuff. Look at the leaders they were sharing it to are Mauritanians.
Oh my God.
And they work for the Qatarians. I don't want to go there. So the people is politics. So they won't be like, nah. And I don't want if I keep mentioning stuff.
King, that's why we let me tell you something, bro. That's why we on TikTok. Remember, it's not only me, you and Vibes are listening. The whole world is listening.
Sure.
Even the Tuareg people who are on FYP, I will tell them F you all the Tuareg who are listening to us right now.
Me too. So they don't like me. They report my page and stuff at the time.
I don't. If you bring them in the panel, they speak English. Invite us, bro. Invite us.
Yeah, some of them follow me and we talk. But I can. If I open my panel, you see them. But
share. If you open live, share and let me talk to these people, man. Let me talk to these people. Why are they destabilizing Mali, bro? If right now in Bamako, they captured the T group, the young boys. I'm telling you, the guy's 18 years old. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to say.
Don't you see a wedding of them that happened of recent? That the wedding, one of them want to use the pew to celebrate because in their culture they use pew to celebrate. And he unalived
they live in the desert. That's what they do.
Yeah,
that's all they do.
He unalived the husband. In times of you want to raise the pew up to celebrate, and he unalived the husband. The video is there, and the guy passed away there.
But what do you think? Okay, let me ask you something. How do you think that they arrived in the central Mali from the border? What happened to the Malian intelligence, the Malian army, the farmer?
So they use tribes to tone in Mali, according to what they taught us in school. The tribe crisis when it first happened. They use tribes. Some farmers were part of them, some cattle rearers. They use that to be like, oh, you're my brothers, this have to happen, we Muslims, we this, we that, and they use that to tie themselves.
God.
Yeah, like an army, it's like a bond, and that's what hold them to their ideology. The way the South Africa have the same cause now, that's the way they have the same cause.
God.
Yeah,
bro,
but they don't have their own open. They had it hidden because they're very, very secretive people. They only speak about it in the masjid. That's where they have the meeting. We taught this in school.
So you're telling me Assimi Goita is not safe?
No, bro. It's not safe. He's dancing on the top. He's dancing on the devil's toe. And he knows himself.
Oh my God.
Don't you see what happened in Nigeria? They say we can't have our resources for ourselves. Same as Africans. They don't want Africans to benefit their resources for themselves. Don't you know what it means? Don't you see what this Trump did? They're trying to tell you until we eating enough and say, okay, it's enough, you can eat now. That's what they're just doing. You know, with the real people, we have the real power, but they don't want us to benefit it. Because if they benefit it, they will never see the cheap labor they're seeing around the world no more. Everything will be gone.
But don't you think the army is supposed to be the military? They're supposed to protect the president 100% fully with the loyalty.
Everything in Africa is not being with loyal. Don't you remember what happened to Patrice Lumumba? Kasafubu was the prime minister, bro. They were close. He threw him under the bus. Don't you know what happened to Sankara?
I know.
Kampore was his best friend. He threw him under the bus. Don't you know what happened in Congo? I can keep naming, bro. Don't you know what happened?
The only hope Africa have today is Assimi Goita
and the brother Traore. Yeah, and the brother Traore. Yeah, we don't have no hope because of our resources. The whole world wants it. The Chinese people now, they are digging refineries in Ghana. The Galamsey.
In Kenya,
China,
in Kenya too.
You see that shit? So how they all want to control our own stuff? That's what people should be thinking about. That's why I hate when Africa go against themselves. I'm a pro-African and a Pan-Africanist. I hate it when Africa. Yeah, I hate it when Africa go against themselves because I know the greatness what we can benefit. Look, let me give you an example. When I came here to the state a few years ago, I won't mention the year, I was working in a store, in a Rite Aid store. So every time my dad keep talking to me, I say, I'm sending money back. My people are well off, they are okay. But my dad keep telling me about a particular truck at the time. Yo, man, Idris, there's a truck. I don't want them to sell it. They want to sell it 80 million naira, blah, blah, blah. And the money I have saved at the time was like 30 million naira. I'm looking for 50 million naira. And there's this black American brother here, Stanley. We eat together, we chill together. Very nice brother, you know. He buy me food. He doesn't care where I come from. Very cool with me. Then one day I just told him, yo, bro, I'm looking for this particular amount. If I can see $20,000 borrow from somebody, blah, blah, blah. He said, for what? And I told him about the trucking business. You can buy ambulance from Germany. You know, the used truck at the WA house, second WA house. They call it 911. Yeah, I will buy it. It's ambulance in Germany. Then we'll break it down to trucks, to dump trucks. We'll put the tipping pump and everything. And that stuff that can make you $22,000 in Nigeria or $18,000 a year in Nigeria if you have a good driver that drive it for you. So my dad had the real channel at the time, but the black American brother was the one that tell me, oh yeah, I have it. I can loan you that money. Then you can show me the business too. I would love to get one. Let me speak with your dad. Now he have 2 trucks with my dad. He's making $40,000 out of Africa every year. And he's living over here. It's because of the trucking business he went to Nigeria to see my family. And it's been 3 months I've seen him now, but we talk every day on the phone. We have the group WhatsApp group. And I paid him the money back, and he have 2 trucks. Now he owns land in Nigeria. He has 1 hectare of land in Ikorodu, in Mota Annex. Yeah, so that's the kind of relationship I want people to do in Africa. Because there's a lot we can benefit. They have already divided us. We have no choice. That is going on. But for us to have that full liberation, like, okay, they pay the smoker people. They give them reparation. The United States give them reparation. The smoker people, they give them reparation. But they never give the black Americans they used to build this country. They never give them no reparation. And They say what happened to them was not the greatest stuff that happened to any human being on earth. They put paper on their head for son to have, SES with the mother. It only happened in America. It never happened anywhere during the slavery. The breeding, it only happened in America. It's in history. And they say what happened to them was not the greatest stuff that happened to any humanity on earth. And at the end, these people will still come and I'm a foundational blah, blah, blah. I'm this and that. I support my people. What are you supporting? They're looking at you as fools. They're laughing at you. They say what happened to your origin, your people, your ancestral people was not the greatest stuff that ever happened to any humanity on earth. Are you celebrating that? So people will even be fighting for the smoker people because of religion. You know, these small car people come from Russia. They come from Poland. They're not the real Jews. I don't want to go there.
Yeah,
No,
I understand.
I don't want to go there. It's painful though. But we should
If
emancipate ourselves and work together. That's what I would say.
I understand, bro. But the thing is, in Africa, bro. I mean, we people need to come together, bro. Because the thing is, why would I mean, why do you want to work for? Okay, why do you want to be disloyal to your regime? Like I'm. You know what? I'm kind of thinking that Sadio Kamara was he being set up by his own people. You know, that's what I'm start thinking. You know?
Yeah, they sold him out. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's all about let me tell you something that happened in Africa. Let me tell you something I noticed. They made an example to us in the classroom. They said every African people, ever since the time the whiteys came into Africa. I'm not talking about the era they're trading with us, back in the days, the Arab trading with us, because the Arab people up there. Okay, let me tell you something new today. Do you know the UAE family control power from UAE to Africa in the ancient days, to Mombasa?
Of course.
Thank you, God bless you. So that speaks a lot. So you should know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
So they know about us, they know about our workforce. That's why, if I remember the history of in the Quran, the first guy that called the call to prayer was a black man. When they trace his ancestral home, where did they come from? He came from Mali.
Bilal, that was Bilal.
Yeah, he came from Mali. He's from Mali.
Oh, he's from Mali?
He's from Mali.
Bilal.
He's from Mali. He's a Malian. So you see, it's all these ancient cities. People don't know what has been there before. Old Mali Empire was existing. That's the old father of Musa Musa. People don't know shit. That's why when I talk to some African and they don't know their history properly, I feel sad. And some people will say, I don't want to have conversation with them because I don't know what they're talking about. Because I don't even know
You
who
gotta
they
understand
are.
something. Yeah, you're right. You gotta understand there's a lot of young let me tell you something, Idris. Sometimes you can be on the panel. You might argue with somebody who's probably 20, 17, 16 years old. Okay?
Oh yeah, I never realized that before.
So you don't wanna waste too much energy because sometimes you gotta let them talk. Yeah. Sometimes just let them talk. Yeah. That's how it is, man. That's why I don't want to argue with people on TikTok because I don't know who you are, you know. I don't know who is who.
You are you're
sometimes I just let them talk.
The reason why I continue the conversation with you is when I see it's you, okay, I know him. That's the reason why I kept talking. So even now, people know me. I don't waste my energy too, because the way I say I study history, right, and international relations, I know some stuff, but there's still some stuff I don't know. I want to learn too. I want to have mature conversation with fellow human beings that look like me. No, you being a whitey or this and that. I want to talk with people that be like me. I'm human being. You know, everybody have their own emotion. We have our own life, but we have what we believe in. Like, look at this conversation, man.
Why y'all hate black people so much?
So what
do you mean, brother?
Why y'all hate black people so much?
I can't hate myself.
Hold on, Idris. Idris, hold on one second. Yo, Jake. Yo, you there, bro? What do you mean by that?
Did you not hear me?
Are you joking, or you want to have a serious conversation, or you just looking for a smoke?
I'm being for real. Like, I'm hearing what y'all saying. Is like,
okay, Idris and King Idris.
Yes, sir.
JD and Vibes are here. Did you hear us saying something about we hate blacks?
Dirty fucking African
bitch. No, bro.
Dirty African bitch.
Okay, so this is exactly what you're looking for.
You dirty African bitch.
See, that's the problem right there. That's his problem. Idris. Let me tell you something. You gotta give them facts. You know.
Yeah, this is what you're just telling me. You're just talking about it just now.
Yeah, we hear nobody who's opposing blacks in here right now.
Don't mind him.
Yo, so you know what it is, guys. What's up, guys?
I'm cool, bro. You're welcome.
I'm 786. I live in Miami. You know what it is? It's a touch of narcissism. It's a touch of narcissism. They have to get in these black power rooms because it's not Pan-Africanism. That's the name they gave it, but it's black power, unifying of black people across the globe. Jamaicans, Haitians, black Americans, and Africans, black people, so it's a narcissistic thing. They feel like they don't messed up their whole vibe, their whole blackness over here in America. They don't messed up their whole blackness, and now they're trying to cast shade on Africans, because people are tired of them, their culture specifically. I mean, while they are busy accusing Africans of everything under the sun, you know, everybody else is torturing them. Look at how the Hispanics feel about them. Look at what the Caucasians did to them in the past, and they really can't. They're angry with themselves for letting themselves get beat up that much, and they feel like they can take it out on uh foreign foreign born black people, but they're not even winning that fight. You know that a lot of their argument is nothing but lies about them being indigenous to America. Complete lie. About Africans hating them or hating black people. Complete lie. About It's just a complete lie, and they're just trying to save their image because they're all narcissists and they have to unite under this hate group. I land.
Yep. I appreciate that. 786, bro. That's
Yeah,
well said.
I
And let
appreciate
me tell
that
you
too,
something, bro.
brother. That's well
786, let me
said.
tell you something, bro. We African. Hold on, Idris. Brother, 786. I know you've listened when me and Idris we were sitting here talking about our country, our continent in Africa. And here's the thing: we have no hate for any blacks all over the world. And no
Nah, that's
Africans have
something they made up to
none.
justify their hate group. Nobody hates them. Nobody hates them more than the frigging Mexicans. If you keep up with American news, there was one Latina cop that was saying so many bad things about them. They didn't have anything to say about that. They make up stuff about Africans hating them to justify their hatred of Africans,
Thank you.
but the
Thank you.
real
Thank you.
people that are hating them is bold and out front. They're not even
Yep.
hiding it. Latinos hate them and they're making it known. And white people have made it known that they dislike them as well by their actions historically. You know what I'm saying? So they know what hate is. They know where the hate is coming from, but they're looking towards foreign born black people as if, or talking
They
about
they
we
take they
hate
take
them.
it they're taking it all on us.
Yes, trying to take it out on us. You know what I'm saying? Trying to justify their BS talking about we hate them. Man, ain't no African say they hate you, but I know who did. Those Hispanics tell you to your face they hate you every day. And the Caucasians show you every day in every way that they hate you. So you know
But
what
they ain't
hate
got no
is.
smoke for them. They ain't got
They
no
ain't got no
smoke for them,
smoke
but
for
they got a
them.
smoke for the minorities.
Right, right. They're just using that, oh, Africans hate us as an excuse to try to beat up
Yep.
on somebody so they could look strong because
hmm
everybody's beating up on them. But they are not strong. They are loud. They're all talk. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the States, all the Arab people own the corner stores in their neighborhoods. They have to come to the Arab people and get loans and stuff and borrow food from them, and that's a fact. Arab immigrants, they don't have beef with them. The Hispanic people are coming over here from their Spanish countries on boats as illegal aliens and driving Teslas and Lamborghinis a week later. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no smoke for them. So all this stuff, you don't even have to justify. My point is, my brother, you don't you even have to justify, apologize, or explain to them that you didn't say you hate them. They know you never said that. They're making that up so
No,
they could pick a fight and look like they are strong.
rage baiting. That's called rage baiting right there. That's what it is. The
Yeah,
rage baiting.
Well, rage bait is when they say stuff about Africans and African
Some,
Americans so they can get
some,
a response.
786. Let me tell you something, brother. Where I run a small stuff in schools, I got a little contract in schools here in New York. So one of them came up to us. We were walking, and he kept asking, "How do you guys get this certificate? How do you get this contract? You're all African." Blah blah blah. You know what I said to him? I said, "Do you need a job? I'm gonna employ you. You're cleaning, yeah. I can get you a job here. You sit up here, and we can work things together. I'm an African. It doesn't mean shit. You were born here. I was not born here. I came here in my late 20s. I'm in my early 40s now. I own this. We can work together if you want to work here." And he said, "Yeah." And I got him a job. And we brothers till today. A lot of stuff I'm not going to speak about what I help him with. I'm not going to speak about that. But if we keep hating ourselves, coming against ourselves, using all these agendas and all this age group, FBA, even the dollars in South Africa to go against people that look just like us, it's not making no sense.
It's not
What
making any
sense?
sense.
Yeah.
They're just lashing out.
It's not making sense.
They're just lashing out because hurt people, as the saying goes. They've been hurt for 300 years or whatever they say, and they're just lashing out on the little guy. They think they can beat up on us because we're supposed to be at the bottom of the totem pole, and they want a destiny swap with us. But the fact of the matter is, the only black president of the United States was Kenyan born, or at least his parents were Kenyan born. So African Americans are the shit, and they are nothing but a cult of angry people who want to take their problems out on somebody who they think is weaker, but they have another thing coming. So y'all don't be getting on here apologizing to them, trying to reason with them, trying to talk it out with them. It ain't no talking out. They're zombies. They go with, they're not operating on logic or reason. They're operating on straight primal rage. You know what I'm saying? So don't get on here acting like you scared of them, explaining shit to them. Tell them to kiss your ass. They don't make no
Not
rules.
scared. No.
Wait.
786. I'm not scared of. Let me tell you, I'm not scared of nobody, bro. I'm not scared of nobody. Here's the thing. Let me tell you something. When they come, every time I go to their
I
panels,
just came in. Let me speak. I just came in.
no, hold on, bro. You just got it. Just hold on, bro. Just hold on one
That's what I'm
second.
saying. Let me speak.
Just hold on one second.
I just
No, you're not. You're drunk, man.
Chill. You're gonna speak, bro.
Just relax, bro.
Let
Just
him
relax.
land first. Let
Hold on.
logistic land
Hold on,
first.
bro.
Chill. You're gonna speak,
You're
bro.
786.
Wait,
786.
chill,
Let me tell you.
bro. You have the
Just
floor,
relax,
bro.
bro. I know this guy is always drinking and coming on the panels, man.
What?
Let him
What?
just finish, man. You
No,
talk.
I'm
You always
chilling. I'm chilling.
Just
bro.
chill, man.
I'm-
People, okay, relax then.
Oh my God,
We're
sir.
trying to talk. We're trying to talk
Sir,
something real quick. Just hold on
I'm
one second,
trying
man.
to, as far as
Yeah,
I
just
understand, it's 2-on-2. I think that's why I was brought in, right?
okay. Just relax. Just hold on. Just
So-
mute yourself for a second. Just hold on. 786. Let me tell you,
Oh my goodness, here you go.
bro.
All right.
I'm not scared of nobody, bro. I've never scared of anybody in my whole life. Never. But Almighty God. All right. I went to school with a lot of Black Americans. I went to high school. I played baseball in college with a lot of Black Americans. We was hanging out like brothers for a very long time, right? So when I come on TikTok, when I hear all these rhetorics about, oh, y'all African, yasting and all that, bro, I ain't got no smoke for them because I know what they went through. You argue, when you argue with somebody who's got logic. But you're not going to argue with somebody, you already know what they went through. They have all this kind of mentality, dirty mentality, and they already know who their real enemy are. And I tell them, I went to the panel. Sometimes they block me, they kick me out. But I tell them the reality. But I have no fear for nobody, bro. I've never had no fear for a man like me. Never
Yes,
in my whole life.
and
Same
also
here.
remember,
They block me. They kick me out too. Same here.
yeah,
They don't like
absolutely,
the
they're gonna
truth.
kick us
I
out.
don't argue. I don't argue with them. I just give them facts. Let me tell you something, Idris. Don't argue with nobody, bro. If you have facts,
Yeah.
give them facts. That's it.
First of all, arguing with them might lead to explaining yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. You are a Black American. You know what I'm saying? What
That's
they
true.
have established, that
That's
organization that they have established, is not representative of Black Americans, native born or foreign born. You know what I'm saying? They're not foundational. They're just American born Black people. You know what I'm saying? We're not tethers. We're just foreign born Black people. And in many cases, we contributed more to to the foundation of America than they did. You know what I'm saying? So stop arguing with them and stop letting them think that you trying to be down with them. It's a hate group and you don't have to explain yourself to them. None of those people signed the Emancipation Proclamation, the Constitution, or you know what I'm saying, the Bill of Rights. None of them signed that. They don't wield any authority. They can't tell you to get out. They can insult you, but as a man with a spine, what you should do is to insult them back
Yeah,
because they can't arrest you.
786 JD. I'm really enjoying myself on this life, bro. Vibes, thank you, bro. This is the kind of life I want in my life.
This is the only panel I go to, Idris. This is the only panel. I only go. Hey, Vibes. I only go to his panel. I don't go to nobody else's panel. I only go to Idris. What's the name? Vibes panel. Reason why is because
I'm
over
really
here, bro,
enjoying myself.
we FBS, they do come here sometimes. When they run out of arguments, they just run away because I give them facts. Don't
And
argue with
also,
them. Just give them facts.
here's
That's
another
it.
inside track. So FBA really is a distraction. The group that's doing the paperwork in the background is called ADOS, and we need to try to dismantle them too. Because what they do is go from state to state, and they, you know, go to these town hall meetings, and they complain about, you know, Africans and, you know, black immigrants. Never about immigrants in general. Never about Ukrainian immigrants or Mexicans. Only black immigrants. So that's what ADOS does. And while we're online arguing with FBA, ADOS is like getting the work done. So if you want to join the fight for real, remember the term ADOS as well, because they need to get their shit slapped out too.
Yeah, I was never alive to their stupidity until just recent. Okay, this brother want to say something. I don't want him to fight me. Okay, continue, brother. You're welcome.
Can somebody ADOS? I've never heard that before. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
an
just
acronym that stands for the American Descendants of Slavery.
what is the difference between that and all these super duper people that we are arguing about?
At the FBA's.
Yes.
So the FBA, it's like two wings of the same bird. It's like good cop, bad cop. And what the FBA does is they go online and, you know, they insult African people or black immigrants and stuff. And we end up fighting with them. They rage bait us and we end up fighting with them. And in the background, the ADOS is filing paperwork, like they're sending letters to judges, sending letters to mayors and politicians and
What
things
is
like
the
that.
acronym?
So that it, the
What is the
FBA,
acronym? No. OWS. What is the acronym?
ADOS, American
ADOS.
Descendants of Slavery.
American. So one is essentially just I'm proclaiming this thing, and the other one is the same thing,
One
but
is
legislation.
functioning. One is functioning as a military, and the other one is functioning as a judiciary.
Oh, 786. You on? Well, I have to follow you, man. You on your shit? You know what's going on?
Yeah, they're nothing, bro. If you are enlightened and wise as most black people are, I mean, you've seen one hate group, you've seen them all. You've seen one cult, you've seen them all. You have to learn from your mistakes. You know, back in the day in Waco, Texas, David Koresh convinced hundreds of people to drink poison wine. You know what I'm saying? That was a cult. It was called the Heaven's Gate cult. And now what I'm seeing is Tariq Nasheed convince hundreds of people to cut their nose off to spite their faces. And that is a cult. It's called the FBA.
Thank you.
So
The court. So no, my
hold
brother.
on.
Okay,
No,
okay,
I
yeah.
want
You go.
clarification.
I'll
mean-
keep quiet, bro. You good? Go. Continue, bro.
Yeah, you guys have had ample time to speak prior to my arrival.
Enjoy, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, brother. So when I look at the FBA, I see one thing. Now, what you are saying, I see as a new term. I don't know if it is a new term. I don't know its origins. Now, you tried to say it was a little bit of something. I don't fully understand it.
It's
Is there a
enough.
way you could
I can give you another
In
example, and I'll
layman's
be brief.
terms,
It's
what would that be?
Say it again. Could you repeat the question?
I said, in layman's terms, what would that be?
Like, so they would function if FBA is acting like a military by going out there and engaging in social media war. The ADOS.
No. I don't. No, listen. I'm not saying I'm acting as a military. I'm saying that the term FBA translates to Foundational Black American, which
Correct.
means people who can trace their lineage back to slavery. So, in that simple breakdown, I would like to understand this new term that is now being in my face. So, FBA, Foundational Black American, Foundational Black American.
Okay, so let me put all right. So you can get some clarity by doing this. Just forget I said anything about ADOS, right? So FBA, the Foundational Black Americans, claim they could
I
change.
don't want to know nothing about that. There's a new term, and it's being given by this panel right now that I've never heard.
It's not a new term, sir. It's
Well,
not
no, a new term to me.
It's a new term to you.
Yes, so that's I'm trying to find understanding. So if you could, what is the acronym? What is
American
the acronym?
Descendants of Slavery. ADOS stands for American Descendants of Slavery.
Right, and then like I said, FBS, run that way, or I'm sorry, FBA, run that way. 1, 2, 3. I broke it down in 3 different stages. You're getting to stage 2. You're not getting to stage 3.
Okay, some things are how did they say it? Some things are just left unsaid, Smiley, because he's trying to explain it to you, but you're being a little dense. You feel me? ADOS was the original a group that Tariq Nasheed splintered off of. Okay, that was Yvette Carnell, ADOS.
Correct.
You have FBA with Tariq Nasheed spearheading that, right? And then you have other groups like Solani or Solon, right, which is like the American Indian one. All these groups are about delineation. So all they have in common is not to be confused with a foreigner or an immigrant. Okay, and a lot of this is knowing to have African roots, but being ignorant because of this jumping on bandwagon for this current administration and being minstrel shows online here. So again, no one cares about when. Yes, we care about the Black American or the African American issue with reparations, and that's what they're doing all this for. They're doing it to get a check, and they don't want anybody else to get it, right?
Right.
So
God bless you, brother. Thank you, man.
And that's ADOS, or are you?
That's all of them. That's all of them.
them.
That's all of them, Smiley.
Okay,
but that's what the brother was breaking down. I don't know.
Okay, no.
So just go from there, Smiley. Go from there.
No,
It's
I
all
got
good.
you. I just like it when it's like broken down Barney style. You know what I'm saying? Make it. You can't get dumber than this. Okay,
Well,
so we can't mess it up if this is the base understanding of the thing. So when we have conversations going forward, we have the base understanding. And now I couldn't have fucked it up because I already know it from the bottom up.
You've been on these chats, man. You see what happens. You see what they talk about.
I know.
Also,
I
if
know.
you're in
And I
touch with
know
the world
when I
around
try
you,
to get down there, it gets annoying, and I'm tired of being annoying. But I like to be annoying because it makes me understand things, whether I like it or not, whether I'm correct or not. Now I know what the thing is. So if I'm wrong, hey, there it is. I'm wrong. Thank you for introducing me to something I did not know. If you're wrong, I would hope that you are on the other side just as receiving. But we know everyone's not that receiving. But
are
yeah.
you do you consider yourself an FBA?
What I will say is I, by definition, am. And when I say by definition, I mean that I can tie my lineage back to slavery. Do I do that? No. I don't consider myself an FBA. I am an American.
Okay,
And
so we can all tie our lineage back to slavery.
most of
Are
us,
Americans. We are the
most of us,
original
yes.
Americans. We've been here since before America had a name. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, here you
That's
go.
what makes us FBA. We can trace our lineage back to the census before 1776. That's
Then you're
all the
not black.
FBA is.
That's
What?
not what foundational Black American means. And if you
How you
think
gonna
it
tell
is,
me I am a foundational Black American? I know exactly what it means.
I'm
If you
telling
were
you
if
For
you
the
were here that if
you
your
trace your
ancestors were
lineage
here
back
that
to
long ago,
chattel
sir,
slavery.
you are not black.
Mhm.
You did not come here through the slave trade, and therefore are not entitled to any reparations anyway.
Excuse me, sir.
the same way I sat
Not
down
all
and
people.
I
FBA,
have
hold up.
all
Can we
these
have a
questions,
conversation? We're gonna talk
and
over
I
each other.
wanted to
Not all
verify.
FBA are claim
Yo,
indigeneity.
smiley face. Let him talk. Let TJ talk. I want to hear
Not
this.
not
Yeah.
all FBA claim indigeneity because all of us were not indigenous. We don't fight each other over things like that. We all went through chattel slavery, and we all can trace our lineage back to a census of before America
Then you're
had a name.
African.
What?
Then you're African if you participated in the slave trade. And if
Yes,
you didn't
yes.
participate in the slave trade, that means
Okay.
you're a pretendian.
No. First off, don't call them
He's
people
absolutely a
pretendians.
fucking pretender.
Don't call them people pretendians. You don't know anything about their history or what happened in America
No,
at
no,
the
no.
time.
No, he knows what he's talking about. You know, they're pretendians.
They're
Okay, well
pretendians,
that's
bro.
hold up.
If you're
If they are, why
classified
do
as a
y'all care?
pretendian, it's because you do
Are they
not have
hurting you?
direct lineage through.
Right, exactly. Thank you, smiley face.
No.
Exactly. But let me just ask you this, TJ. Either you are from Africa, participated in the transatlantic slave trade, or you were
Yes,
here before the transatlantic slave trade. But you can't be both. You're either
yes,
African
sir.
or you're
Do you
Native
know American
American.
history of slavery? Do
Yes,
you know
I
the five?
do.
Do you know the five uncivilized tribes that enslaved other Native Americans along with the Africans that they had? You do know that, right?
Which one are you, sir? That's my
Hold on.
question.
It doesn't matter. My lineage come
Whoa,
from
whoa,
See,
whoa,
slavery.
whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa,
crazy.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
That's
whoa.
yeah,
My
yeah, yeah, yeah,
lineage,
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
lineage
yeah,
comes
yeah.
from slavery.
Bro,
That
bro,
was the
bro.
thing that did
Answer
matter.
the question. No, 786, please,
That was
brother.
the thing that did matter.
No, smiley face, please. Yo, bro, TJ, answer the question. He said, which one are you?
I told
Which
Please,
you
one are
don't go
you,
there.
bro?
my
Yeah.
lineage
Were
Answer
you
the
comes
here
from
question,
before?
please.
slavery.
Were
Please,
you
answer
here
the
before
question.
the Middle
I done
Passage
said it.
or
I done
after
answered
the
the
Middle
question 3
Passage?
times. You won't shut up to listen. I said my lineage came from slavery. I done said it 3 times.
Okay.
But
So,
that's not my
Okay, we
question.
got
My
you. Don't
question
throw in.
is
Don't play.
my
so you're a
Don't
question
throw
is
insult on this
TJ.
foundational
platform.
Black
It's
American,
Hey,
matured.
hey, hey,
respectfully.
It's matured minded people here.
let's go one by one, yo. Let's go one by one. Just one mic. Hey,
Respectfully,
let's
Please
one
don't throw
person,
TJ,
one
my
insult.
mic.
question is
Don't throw insult, bro.
were your ancestors here before the Middle Passage or after the Middle Passage?
Does he not
That's a
understand
simple question.
when I say
Before or
my
after,
family
bro?
came through the transatlantic slave trade? He doesn't understand what that means.
Exactly.
But
Did they come before? Were they here before the transatlantic slave trade, or did
no,
they get here through the transatlantic slave trade?
through the transatlantic slave trade.
Then they're
But
African.
hold on. But before America had a name, though.
That doesn't make
America wasn't
you
But they
America
an
till
still
American
that
Indian.
America was not America till 1776.
That does
Most black
not
people that was here
matter.
in America
that
through
does
the
not
transatlantic
matter at
slave trade,
It
all,
does
brother.
not
through the
matter.
slave
That
trade,
does not
got here
matter.
before
Listen,
that.
the Mexicans that get deported on a daily basis are more American than any person that came over in 1776 or prior from another land.
How? When they come from a different lower part of the continent called Mexico, they're not plain Native
Do
Americans.
you
They're
know
not. They're
how
not
much
plain.
of Mexico that
They
is
are not
currently
plain
part
Indians.
of
Hold up. They are not.
America?
Hold up.
Hold on,
They
guys.
are
Hold
not
on,
the same.
guys. Let's keep
The
this
Don't
from
Native
a
make
black
me
Americans
give
from
people.
you a
Arizona are
geography
not
and
the same as
history
the Native
lesson.
Americans
Don't.
in New Mexico or in Mexico. They're not the same people. They don't even look alike. You must not travel across America. If you go to the Arizona and look at those Native Americans, they are not the same as the Native Americans that were in Florida. They're not the same people. They don't even look alike at all. So a Mexican is not more American than anything. They have their own continent and their own country. Parts of America was Mexico, But like Arizona never was. When you go to Wyoming, those Native Americans don't look like the ones from the Mississippians. These people do not look alike. And they'll tell you that they're not the same people. They have their own tribes, their own traditions, their own languages. So how are they more American when they came from damn near the southern part of America? Black Americans were here before America had a name through chattel slavery. And Native Americans, the 5 uncivilized tribes, were the last ones to let their black and indigenous slaves go. That's why they don't talk about them enslaving other indigenous nations. But Google it, they did, right alongside the black Africans. So that's why FBA don't fight each other about boneyard. We will never get that information back after all these years. After 400 years, paper genocide, we would never get that information back. So we don't fight about that. We know we all went through chattel slavery, and we all can trace our lineage back from one shape or form before the 1776 census. That's what a foundational Black American is. It has nothing to do with hate or xenophobia. This is between us and getting shit clear with our government. And if you know anything about America, you cannot have any rights or things passed based on race alone. Because when you say things, the Supreme Court threw out our claim last because they said, well, what is black? A Jamaican is black, Africans are black, so that we can't say who gets what resources. So we have to do it under a lineage and not race. It's not about hate.
Okay, so if it's not about hate or xenophobia, why did y'all have boycott African Business Day? Also, why do you all have racial slur, which is tether only for black people? Y'all don't even have a slur for Mexicans who are illegal immigrants who are also negatively impacting your economy. You know, in the hood in America, you know, a Arab runs every corner store, and y'all be at the mercy of that Arab. That Arab be donating food to y'all families sometimes. But I digress. That's not even the point. My question is, were you here before or after the transatlantic slave trade? Because if you were here before the transatlantic slave trade, you're a pretendian. Because black people only come from Africa as a result of Pangea. That was when the earth was one continent that it split into 7, and predicated on where your position was in the world, you developed those features through evolution. For example, the piece of the continent that went to the hotter parts of the globe developed black people. So all black people are from Africa. And if you were in America before the transatlantic slave trade, which took black people from Africa into the Americas, then you are a pretendian. But if you came through the transatlantic slave trade, then you're an African. And the main thing you're talking about is not about xenophobia or being a hate group, but it is, because the main thing about FBA is that they hate Africans. In fact, they're not even xenophobic. They're absolutely racist, because they don't hate white immigrants, they don't hate the Ukrainians, and they don't hate the Cubans. They only hate the Africans. It's a hate group, a racist hate group. And
Thank you, brother. My brother, 786, bro. You're on point, man. You're on fire, man. More blessing, more, bro. Let me put it this way. There's a video that's an evidence of what I'm speaking about. You can Google it, you can check it. It's on YouTube. They made a bunch of videos about it. It's on Google. It's in history. A Korean lady that owned a store and on her life, a beautiful queen, a black queen in California. It happens. You will see, the blacks in New York that I live now. I'm in Queens now. I can hold my camera for you people to see me now. I'm in Queens. I'm on Broadway in Jackson High. There's a lot of culture out here. The Arabs don't respect the blacks out here. They throw money on the tables for them. They don't respect it because they come for, for loans, for money, for something to borrow. This. We don't do that. And this is your home, which is cool. I said it before. Your country see nothing happen to your ancestors, nothing bad. They don't see it as bad. So I'm not gonna speak too much or waste no energy on you people. But respect to you, my brother 786. But you people should think that you have no friends. You have no friends. Tariq Nasheed K-Flex was a former pimp. He's looking for money and some coins on TikTok. And from you guys. FBA, same way as the white people started back in the days, foundational white Americans. You guys are 8 groups. Respect to you, 786. JD, respect. TJ, you speaking trash. Thank you, host.
Hey, one thing I want to start off by saying is if you came across the land bridge back in way when, you would not be a foundational Black American because you would be somebody who migrated from the cradle of. Now, hold on. Let me start right here. There's 2 different places. The cradle of life and the cradle of civilization. There are 2 different places. Cradle of life is Africa. Cradle of civilization is the Middle East. So when you talk about someone who is from America or from Asia, from Japan, from any of these far off places, right? You're talking about somebody who originated in Africa, migrated out. Their people migrated out. We're all originating from the same people. So let's start there. Now, if you want to talk about the people that are indigenous to the Americas, no, they are not Black people from Africa. They are people who have systematically migrated across the land into this place. And when people like Elfric, whatever his name was, them Nordic dudes came over as the first white people to come and try to mess with the land afterwards, yeah, that's a whole situation that happened. Great. Also, they were white people. That was not.
Yo, Vibes, I ain't got much to say, bro. But I do agree with 786 and Idris. I ain't got much to say, bro, on that.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes, you
If Black
can.
Americans want to call themselves a purple people eater, you're not a Black American, so why do you care? Y'all say Black Americans have no power in this country, but yet y'all are so worried and pressed about FBA. If FBA is a hate group, we have no power. Remember? So
You don't have
why
any
are y'all on
power,
here
and we're
every
not pressed
why are
about
y'all on
you.
here every single day arguing whether we are pretendians, where we came from, the Bering Straits, whether we came from chattel
Yo,
slavery?
yo, yo,
Because
yo,
Yeah, we
yo.
have no, we have no power. Remember? Why are
786.
y'all upset
Smiley
about
face. 786. Smiley face. Smiley face, please. Just give me a minute or 2. Let me deal with this fool. Yo. TJ, bro. TJ, let me tell you something, bro. This is a company. The United States of America is a company. Some people are being used to build this. Some people are used for cheap labor. Some people are used to build the railroads. Some people are used to build the train station. Bro, some people are used to
Every.
build the.
They weren't
Bro,
your
this is a
people, so why do you
company.
care?
Why it says
Yo,
They were not
TJ,
your
incorporated.
I
people.
care.
They were mine.
I'm an
And we're
American
That's
telling
like
you
why it
you.
don't
says
care. We're telling you
incorporated.
Shut
don't
the fuck,
care.
bro. Shut the fuck up.
Hold on.
I'm an
I didn't
American
say
like
any of
you.
y'all.
I'm
You
an
definitely
account.
gonna yell
Bro,
cuss
bro,
at me,
bro.
motherfucker. Or I'll go back
No,
the
don't
same
call me
way.
motherfucker, bro. Don't call me motherfucker, bro.
You
You
cussed at
just
me
come here to
first.
distrust, bro. You distrust a good conversation out
No,
here.
don't. Yeah,
You
don't. You
understand,
cussed at me
bro? You
first. Don't
come out
cuss at me.
here, bro. You come out here. I'm not cussing at you. You come out here to disrupt a good conversation out here, bro. We having a mature talk out here, bro. It's not the
You're
you
talking about
guys.
my people.
You FBA are 8 groups. This is what we're
Did I
talking about.
say
You are
anything?
tools.
Did I say
You are
anything
tools.
hateful?
You are tools for magas. Your
We
leader,
are
Tariq
tools for
Nasheed,
MAGA.
yeah,
Okay.
he's a pimp. You understand? And the country you're crying for is a country. And the only people is a company. And the only people that can help you guys in future, the only friend you have in the world is the one you're going against on this panel. I will
We don't
keep
need no
quiet.
help.
And I don't
We
have
don't
no
need no help.
you dumb.
You do, hold on,
You
hold
only
on.
have
Can I ask
you only have
you do,
spending
hold on, can I ask you
culture.
something?
You only
You do
have
know
no
this?
chill,
I'm gonna
bro.
let you talk.
You
Go
only
ahead,
have
talk.
you
Ken,
have good spending culture. Yeah, brother. Yes,
Idris,
smiley face.
Yeah,
Idris.
Yeah,
yeah,
yes, smiley
yeah.
face.
I would like to
Yo,
ask.
so
I would like to ask something of TJ. TJ, what is your complexion?
What do you mean? What does that matter? We come in all types of the complexions.
No.
I'm
Because
black.
the primary, no, exactly. You want to say you're black, but the primary thing as a FBA is you cannot have white lineage, right?
What are you talking about?
Oh, is that not
okay,
how
These
so
you
crazy
TJ, let me
think?
things?
just I got you, TJ.
Who
Let me get
told
this
you these
smiley face. So
crazy
TJ,
things?
so
Black,
TJ,
hold on. Black
I've been
Americans
no, you
have
asked me a
Native
question.
I've
Let
been
me
in
American
this
blood
answer
and,
your
exact
hold on,
same
and
smiley face.
European
job,
Hold on,
blood.
smiley face. TJ, check
and
this out,
I've
right?
talked to.
I'm
Who
about
are
to
you
actually
talking
Wait,
about?
answer your question. I'm about to answer your
wait.
question, TJ. Check this out. So you said if we dislike y'all so much, or if we got so many complaints, why do we come here? Was that your question?
No, I've never said that.
Oh, what is your question?
My
Because
question
I
is,
will
if
tell
y'all,
you
I
that.
said this. I said this. If y'all don't like FBA and y'all think we're a hate group, y'all also say we have no power in this country. So why are y'all so focused on
Okay, so
FBA?
here's my
The only reason why I
response.
came
This
is
is
because I
my
seen
question,
Wait,
y'all
wait,
smiley
had
wait.
your
face.
Black American in your
Hold on.
banner.
Hold on.
No, no, smiley
What
face.
I
This is
was
my question. Let me answer,
go
bro.
ahead.
Let me answer.
Go
Let me
ahead. Go
answer.
ahead. Go ahead.
Let me
Go
answer
ahead.
my question.
Answer
So,
what? Me and him was having a conversation. Can we all
so
talk one at a time and be respectful?
sure. So, absolutely. Let me answer the question. So, let's check it out. Most people that immigrate to the United States
I don't
don't
care about
immigrate.
that. I'm not against immigration.
Sir. Let me finish
What?
my statement real quick. I got you. So most people that immigrate to the United States don't come here for FBA. They don't come here for drill music and chitterlings, right? So most people that come to the United States come here because they have consistent electricity, indoor plumbing, the most corrupt, free, and organized government in the world, a bunch of cars, and a bunch of
Now you're
beautiful
being
things.
All right. Well,
We did not
look,
come here. We did not come here to
that's
argue with
not
you.
where I was
No,
going with it.
hold on.
That's
but
not.
that's where I'm going
You are
with it.
correct. You are
We did
correct.
not
Can I
come here
say
to
You
something?
are
entertain you.
correct.
Nobody came
You
here
know,
to
I'll just
tether
say,
onto you. We came here for the
y'all have a good day.
amenities.
If I cannot
Sir,
speak here,
listen to me.
Hold
Yo,
on.
we came here for the
Hold on,
wonderful
TJ.
amenities that Almighty Whitey has created for us.
Oh,
We
what the
did
fuck?
not come here for you and chitterlings and drill music and all that stuff. So you could stop patting yourself on the back, my brother. You talking about while we coming here, we're coming here for the incredible
Oh,
amenities that America has to offer, not you. And you are powerless because you didn't sign the Emancipation Proclamation, you didn't sign the Constitution, and you didn't sign the Declaration of
oh.
Independence. You have no authority to wield to kick us out either. So that's my answer.
I wanted to ask that man. I'm almost upset. No, I am upset. I would say I am upset that I allowed you to take over the conversation because I wanted to ask that man questions that were specific to him that would have helped him grow at least as a person, or at least just have doubts in his own mind. You chopped him down, and yes, you did. I'm right there with you. But like, damn, I wanted to ask him, what do you believe as somebody who is? Oh, okay, I thought I was him coming back. If you talking about as an FBA, bro, what color are you? What is like? I don't mean. Oh, are you from here? Or are you from? No, I mean, what color are you? Okay, so you at least have some type of white in you, right? And you're coming from here, great. So now you're talking about I'm a foundational Black American, but I know your lineage because you told me that. So you're not allowed to be a part of this, but we need reparations. Bro, when did your people get here?
Your smiley face. 786 asked him a question that brother couldn't even answer one question. I don't know why you're asking him. 786 asking question. He couldn't even answer one.
Oh,
So what is the point?
So it was asked before I got here.
No, he asked right when you were here.
Yeah. Some people are you know
I
what,
didn't say before I
JD?
got here, 'cause I was
So you can't argue with somebody who can't even
Right.
answer one question. There's no need.
Nah,
JD.
it did not even answer even one. That was how I was
Yeah.
stunned out here. I swear
Yeah.
to God, you're on point.
And that's
It's
how
my
they all are. They gotta operate under anonymity. They can't expose themselves or their personal business while they're cussing us because they are not in no position to talk down to us and insult us and disrespect us the way they do. That's why they can never reveal anything about their own personal life, because if you find out about their own personal life, you'll see why they're so mad. And it ain't because of us.
And you know what kills me? Because when you talk to a Foundation Black American, right, and you say, you know, Native Americans prior to the rest of the world coming and jumping on this landmass, who were they? They were the Mexicans. They were a million people that existed. And when I say a million, I just mean like there was so many different tribes that existed on this landmass. And then on top of that, there's Canada and there's Alaska. So from Alaska, Canada, America, Mexico, all the way down into Central America, they are what we would call Indians. Like if you look at an Inuit, what is an Inuit? We would call them an Indian 20 years ago. Now we call them specifically the Inuits of this place. They are also Native Americans. So like we have these different names for different tribes. Now this dude and his little posse are talking about some, oh, well, you know what? No. We are the originals. Well, who the fuck are you? Where'd you come from? Now, are you part of them? I could give you that, yes, you could be partially, hey, I came in on a slave ship, but also my mother or my great grandmother or whatever the hell, right? You could be two things at once. That is very true, and that's something we should acknowledge. We also can't sit here and pretend that everybody who claims it is being true. And that's why the term pretendian exists. You are not, no. The average dude that says it, no, you're a pretendian. Get out of my face. That's all I want to say.
I appreciate a smiley face.
Thank
Yeah, Big
God.
Drizzle, go ahead.
Hey,
Big
Drizzle.
Drizzle, you there, bro?
Drizzle.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, so all right, so look, guys, JD, Vibes, King Idris. Like I was
yeah,
saying,
bro.
guys, we gotta change. Well, we gotta change our approach. We can't approach like so passively. We have to, stand up to them because they're not going to back down on their own. They're not going to all of a sudden find their conscience. You got to remember, these are a group of narcissists. They think the world revolves around them and they're delusional about it. So when you guys talk to them, you got to put some bass in your voice and like you got to treat them like everybody else treats them. Now you see why everybody else treats them so harshly. You know what I'm saying? You got to treat them like everybody else treat them because that's the only thing they understand. You feel me? So be bold, get on your here, have your lives, talk in your accents, and represent America. You know what I'm saying? Be proud Americans. They don't have no authority to kick you out, insult you, shame you, or change your status. So with that information, move forward, be strong, and don't be afraid.
Yeah, you're on point, brother, because this is a beautiful country, bro. I love this country.
It's
I enjoy
great.
myself.
It's absolutely
Bro,
great.
I
And we
won't
came
lie
here
to you.
because it's great. I'm not gonna lie.
And
I'm
we
not
have,
gonna sit here.
yeah,
I'm
and
not
we
gonna.
have nothing, and we have nothing against anybody, you know. We
At
don't have
all.
nothing against anybody.
At all.
We don't have nothing against anybody. We just want to live our life being in peace too. You know, that's what we want
Facts.
to do.
We
So
have nothing.
it's not
They're
like,
making that up. They're making that
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
No African said nothing to them, and no African certainly said nothing worse than the Caucasians and Hispanics said to them. They're capping. They're lying.
Thank you. And it's not like you're gonna disrespect us. I
Hey,
feel like
hot
we're
boy,
gonna
you
keep
said what?
quiet, and we're gonna keep quiet. I would do. I
Hot
just
boy,
think
you
we
said
just gonna.
what?
I just think we're gonna take it, And people just come in different shade and forms, It's what it is, though. It's respect. Respect is reciprocal. Respect people,
Yeah,
and they will
facts.
respect you back.
Facts.
Yeah, and
And they're
that's just
not
what it is,
respecting us. So
Yeah, that
Hey,
we're
hot
not
boy,
just
gonna
what
what
you
it
bow
is,
down
talking
to
about,
them.
homie?
I
Homie,
hate
That's
what you
just what it
somebody
talking
that
about,
is.
man?
says respect is
We
earned.
Yo, LV.
If
yeah.
you walk to me and you don't respect me when I talk to you, I will never give you respect.
For sure.
Respect
That
is
means that.
given to a degree, right?
Thank you.
And
That's
it's a base respect. And then you earn more as you go. And that's how you interact in the
And then they
world.
want to talk about, and yo, JD, King Idris, Smiley Face, they want to talk about, he wants to talk about, it's not because they're racist and they ain't no kind of hate group. Man, Tariq Nasheed had a damn album called Grinding for a Green Card. You know what I'm saying? They do all this shit. They
Hey,
want
that
to talk
album,
about it's
that
not
album should have
racist.
went
They're not a hate
platinum.
group.
That
You
should
know
have
what's
been a
crazy?
platinum album.
I can make an argument right now, right?
That shit did
Like,
not sell 10 copies.
That shit
hold on.
should have been platinum. Stop hating.
Let me make an argument
Why
right
are you
now, right?
guys hating on FBAs?
So if I
Yo,
was
Yeah,
to
why
say
y'all
something,
hating on FBAs,
Smiley
man?
Face, hold on one second, bro. Yo, LV, introduce yourself, bro.
Yo, what's poppin'? I'm L to the V. I'm from Ohio. And I want to appreciate y'all talking about FBA, man. That album was going to go platinum. I don't know what he talking about.
Bro, you delusional. Bro, you delusional, bro.
He's from the hardest hood in
guy,
Ohio.
do you know K-Flex, Tariq Nasheed disrespect black women? Do you know he disrespect black women? Do you know what they call them? I can tell you if you ask me. You wanna ask me?
What do you say?
LV?
Why are you hating on FBA, guys?
No. You see this one, this query, please. Take this query out. This query is a query. I'm not talking to LV. Much respect to LV. But you see the query. Please take him out.
Why are you hating
people.
on FBA? It's a simple question.
Wait.
Stupid South Africans.
No.
Very xenophobic people.
Hold on 1 second.
Very xenophobic people.
So Zach,
I'm talking to matured people here.
And so Zach, introduce yourself, man. Go ahead.
LV, much respect to you,
I'm
brother.
Tozak.
Much
I'm
respect,
Tozak
man.
from
Much
South
respect.
Africa.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I'm a patriotic South African. I love my country so much. I will die on this country, even if there's famine. But I just want to ask, why are you hating on Black Americans or on FBAs?
Okay, nobody's hating. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but the prompts it resembles that you are against.
It's not. It's not a
FBAs.
hate. It's not a hate. It's not a hate. Read the whole thing. It's not a hate. Read it.
These are questions.
Yeah, but some of the words are very small. I can't see them.
Okay.
But I
You
can
see,
see.
you see, that's the problem. Let me tell you something, my brother.
You are calling them bootlickers. You are calling them bootlickers.
Hold on. You just got here. You don't even know what
Yo,
the hell is
JD,
going
you
on.
want me to handle this?
No,
You
hold
want me to handle this, JD?
on, 786.
No
Hold on
Black
1 second, bro.
American can
Hold on,
handle me.
786.
No fucking West African can handle me, bro.
My brother, you need to cool down, bro.
Wait.
You
I'm
need
sorry.
to cool down. Hold on,
No,
Smiley
don't
Face.
say
Hold on 1 second.
don't say the F
You
word.
just
Don't
got
say
here.
the
Hold
F
on.
word there.
You just hold on.
We
You
just said no West African can handle him.
Hold on 1 second, Smiley Face. Hold on 1 second. My brother, you just got here, right? So you read the prompt. Show me where it says that we hate FBAs.
Let me read the prompt.
No,
But you see on this picture, you are
see,
saying
that's the
from.
problem. You see, that's the
Listen,
problem.
Pen.
No.
I can't speak and then you are speaking.
No. That's
I
the
can't
problem.
speak
You
and then you are
say
speaking. Now I'm speaking. You must listen.
You came in with a rhetoric saying that we hate FBAs.
Yeah, you are hating on FBAs.
Have you ever been to the FBA's
You
panel?
are hating on FBAs.
Have you ever been to the FBA panel?
Yes.
Okay, what are they talking about over
They
there?
are very accommodating people.
No,
They are
they're
very
not.
nice people.
No, they're not.
Wait. What do you
Oh my
mean?
They
God.
are very nice people,
Accommodating
FBAs.
So you have
I like
so
FBAs.
wait,
actually.
you say you from Africa, brother?
Yeah.
You
South
shame on you,
Africa,
man.
to be specific.
Shame on you, man. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Why,
But here
what's
it
the
is.
hate about? Why do you hate FBAs?
Show me where he
let
says.
me
Show me
answer
where he
that
says.
question.
Show me where he
I
says
can
we
answer.
hate. We
Let me,
hate FBAs. Show
let
me.
me give him my answer, please.
The picture itself is
So
resembling an
you look at the
What
picture, but
is
you
it?
didn't see
licking
what
the
What
it
is
really.
boots of
resembling?
eyes.
What is resembling? What is resembling? Do we say
Hey,
we
when are
hate
you West
FBAs here?
African? Tinubu is in France. Go
What?
fix Nigeria. Are you West
You
African?
see, bro.
Wait,
If I give you what I have in mind against South Africa, me, I don't like South Africans, so don't let us go there when I.
No, hold on 1 second,
Okay,
bro. Hold on.
I'll keep quiet.
No. King, just hold on 1 second, bro.
He's gone.
What happened to him? He left.
Yeah, he left.
yeah.
Really uncomfortable.
See, that's the problem.
He ran away.
So my question right here is, right, if one, the people that are talking are not American, right? Why is he so deeply hurt about the way
Right.
they are speaking about FBAs?
Right. He's not even in America. Why is he so offended?
Do you want me to answer that question, sir? Please, do you guys want me to speak? I should speak.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Yes,
bro.
yes, please.
Thank you, Smiley face. Good question. You see, these people, they don't understand what is going on. They are product of apartheid.
They are tethers.
Okay,
They
so
yeah,
They are
continue.
tethers.
No.
They want to latch onto the FBA movement they want to latch onto tether onto the FBA movement, but they're misinformed. A, the FBAs don't like you either. B, this ain't none of your business. This is between the foreign-born Black Americans and the American-born Black Americans. And C, I hate them because they're a hate group and they are bothering my conscience. And I have the right to dislike organizations and people who are bothering my conscience. Do you have any more questions?
I think you are.
Yes, I do. I do, actually.
Oh, wait. Before you go farther, King, am I correct in saying that in 1994 the apartheid was disbanded?
Yeah.
Correct, Negro.
Now you call me that, right? Now,
Oh,
hey,
God,
listen, I'm
man.
not taking
These
offense.
South
I'm not
Africans,
taking
man.
offense. But how many people in this panel heard that and said, "Oh, damn, he said some bullshit"?
One, Negro.
Does
See what I'm
argue with
saying?
any king
See what
does
I'm
argue
saying?
with why
How many
are
people?
you sorry
Do you know when I was
Vince, come
born?
on, calm down,
All right,
Vince, calm down.
I was born in 1994.
No, he gotta go, bro. He's probably drunk or I don't know. He gotta go.
I was born in 1994. So the fact that the apartheid was disbanded in 1994 means my mother and my father could not have walked down the street hand in hand prior to my birth. I was in my mother's stomach in a time when if I was there as opposed to here, I would have been illegal cargo. And they would have, my father should have been on the other side of the street. Just be adjacent. That's a
Are you mixed race?
I'm sorry?
Are you mixed race?
Yes, black and white.
Oh, okay, then it makes sense. Okay.
And that's what I'm saying.
I see you take your rhetoric from Trevor Noah. He said something very
Yeah,
similar
respect to you, bro. You're welcome,
And
man.
when
You're
when
part
it
of the
comes
family,
to
man. To me.
and when it comes to South Africa trying to copy the FBAs, it's monkey see, monkey do. You got to remember that, guys. You know what I'm saying? If they're
Yeah.
brainless, they're gonna follow suit. They're gonna jump on the bandwagon. But as for South
Hot Boy Cliff and Smiley Face and everybody that's on you. I'm a South African. I'm in South Africa.
Wait, you
Always
got a
been
lot
in
of
South
reverb.
Africa.
You got a lot of reverb.
Sorry, there's these stupid people trying to phone me. Excuse me, can you guys hear me now?
yes.
But you sound like
All right, so I'm in.
there's an echo. It's
cool,
hard
bro.
Yeah,
to
sorry, the
focus on.
echo can't go away. I'm in an empty room, so sorry, the echo
It's
is
cool,
just
bro.
gonna
It's
be
cool.
here.
Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah, let's just discuss a little bit about FBA and so forth in South Africa. First and foremost, fucking hell, these people trying to call me. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. So, first and foremost, South Africans are not even aware of FBA, right? I think nobody knows about FBA. I mean, we only hear about FBA if you come into social media, TikTok, whatever the case is. And even if you do come on here, we just do not know what the hell FBA is. So we didn't copy FBA. We didn't even know they existed. Nothing. If you ask a South African in the streets or wherever you meet them and ask them, do you know what FBA is? They'll tell you what the hell is that? What the hell is that? All right. That's one thing. Second thing is we are different from FBA because FBA, as far as I'm concerned and what I've heard, is that they completely denounce or reject the fact that they have African ancestry. I mean, I heard something that was seriously ridiculous on. Yeah. So I heard something that was seriously ridiculous at some point when I wasn't alive. When the FBA people said that they came on a blimp, I literally laughed my head off. I couldn't believe it. Right? They came for, I don't know what, it was so stupid, really. It was the most, yeah, that's what they said. I'm like, from where though? They're like, from Louisiana. I literally fell off my chair.
That's insane. Because like, where the fuck?
Yeah, that is insane.
Where's the blimp?
So, and I asked them, yeah, I don't know. That's the story. And I asked them, I said, listen. No, I'm not defending them. So, I asked them, I said, hey, FBA, so you guys have got, your names, Andrews, Hayes, Jackson, blah, blah, blah. Where did you get those names? And they said their names are theirs. And I asked them, but how come those names are found in Ireland, are found in Britain, blah, 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 and all those European countries? They couldn't answer me. Basically, the fact of the matter, what I'm saying is that the movement that's happening currently right now in South Africa has got nothing to do with FBA. South Africans do not denounce their Africanism. They're not saying that they're not African. They're not saying that they're not BLK as well. The whole rhetoric that's happening right now with South Africans is completely different from the FBA and doesn't stem from FBA. It is its own independent thing that came up because of illegal migrants that are in South Africa and are undermining the South Africans that are already in South Africa in terms of them securing themselves financially and economically. Now, maybe one of you guys is going to ask me, how the hell is an African immigrant undermining the efforts of South Africans economically? I'll give you one example, and this is just one out of many. So what happens is that an African immigrant, right, is going to come from an African country that's impoverished. Let's take Zimbabwe, right? Going to come into South Africa. It's not going to go through the normal border system where you need to go get your fingerprints and all this stuff and your facial recognition. They're just not going to use their passport. They're literally going to swim across the Limpopo River, jump across the fence like the Mexicans do in America, and find themselves in South Africa. Now, when they find themselves in South Africa, they find a job, like, for instance, driving trucks. Now, in South Africa, we have a minimum wage rule, right, to say nobody should be paid below this amount of money. But these Africans, because one, they are desperate, there's no jobs in their country, they come into South Africa and they go to the employer and say, hey, employer, I can do that for cheap. You know, the employer is actually fighting South Africans to say, this minimum wage, we cannot pay it or we don't want to pay it. An African, a Zimbabwean is going to come in there and say, I can do it for cheaper than that minimum wage. In actual fact, I'll do it cheaper than what you are willing to offer a South African. And that is insane. Obviously, the parity from a currency point of view between our South African rand and our Zimbabwean dollar and the Malawian kwacha, or whatever the case is very there's a big gap. Like, for instance, one South African rand, I believe, is about 1,000 Zimbabwean dollars. I mean, just one South African rand can buy a lot of things in Zimbabwe. So this is the reason why South Africans are saying, how can you guys call us your brothers, but you are not basically supporting our plight? You're not supporting our efforts for us to secure the bag. We are trying to get money from these whitey folks because we were emancipated politically, but we were never emancipated financially or economically. And you guys are undermining this struggle that we're doing. You one time put your hand over our shoulders and call us your brothers, but as soon
Yeah, so I hear everything you're saying, my brother, and thanks for letting me up, Vibes. And I didn't know it was like that. You know, you gave me some insight into it. So in that sense, you're not FBA, but you're not like the FBAs. You have a legitimate agenda. They don't have a legitimate agenda. All they are they're not even xenophobic. They're completely racist. They don't have this smoke for white immigrants at all. But with regard to South Africa, I think you guys are blaming a lot on the other African countries migrating to your country. And a lot of the problems that you have were there before the immigration problem, such as the STD problem, the violence problem, the issues you had with the white South Afrikaners. You know what I'm saying? That was on the world stage. And we know you had those issues and they were there before the immigrants. So in that sense, I think you're trying to take it out on the immigrants, just like FBA.
Thank you. It's just nice to listen to these people, though. But you know, the FBAs, they are like the communities that they're being used by the MAGAs. To me, that's my belief. I live in the state here. I'm in Queens, New York. I can show you guys this Queens. This I'm in Queens, New York. So I don't have nothing to hide. I'm a citizen. I live my life out here. But it's not all black people over here or all African Americans that doesn't like people out here. No. But the FBA is just like a foundation coined by somebody called Tariq Nasheed. So everybody know Tariq Nasheed. So it's not news to people. People know him. It's just for him to get some coins, you know. And I can see some fools in South Africa now. They're following the same agenda. But the ones out here, they have the structure from the government. That's why you have the eyes that goes through the people that truly have, you know, criminal history in America and some stuff like that. So that's what I would say, though. Thank you.
Hey, I'm gonna just, slap this joint down real quick. 4 or 5 things. If you want to look at the history of the English in South Africa got built up because of them white folk that they mad at today. If you want to look at the people in America, listen, if you are brought here via I don't know if you gotta say it, an S ship. If you brought here by an S ship, guess what? This country, this that we hold as the United States of America, was taken over. Everywhere in the world is taken over. It's called being conquered. When you get conquered, you are lucky that
Hey, I don't have much to say about that. I just got a question for the South African brother. The only thing we want to know is, why are you guys against the rest of the Africans? Why are you guys trying to kick the other African immigrants out of the schools? So why are you guys bending over for these white T folks in South Africa? That's what I gotta ask. I ain't got much to say about that. I just want to know, because I'm from Kenya. I'm still learning. They're going against Nigerians, against Zimbabweans, against Ghanaians, and all that. And that thing does not look right. It's not look good at all. So y'all need to pick up the slack, get it together, and come together, bro. The South Africans, man, I love y'all, man. But the thing is, y'all making things look bad right now. Y'all making the whole continent look bad right now. For real, for real. It's time to get together and we can work together, you know? That's all I gotta say. So
Yo, can you guys hear me? All right, I can't hear anything. But anyway, I hope you guys can hear me. So the reason why we're removing kids out of schools and all that stuff, which is something that I don't agree with, is because the amount of illegal foreigners that are in our country is basically it's basically bursting in the rims, right? There's so many illegal immigrants in South Africa, and they're getting their kids into our schools. And the Constitution actually allows for an undocumented foreigner to get their kid in school, right? But there's so many of them. Our kids are now not finding spaces in school. This is the reason why people were like, hey, you know what, this constitution of yours is actually wrong. How can I, as a South African, be born in South Africa, not be able to put my kid in school, but somebody else's kid who wasn't born in South Africa, who has their own problems from their own country, is able to have a kid enrolled in school?
So is that the reason why people take laws into your hands?
I'm sorry. Can you reiterate what you said? Because I really couldn't hear. It's a very strong.
Yeah. His voice. Yeah, he's. I think he's in a room where. Hey, brother. Hey, South African brother. We couldn't hear you very well, bro. We could not hear anything you said.
There was a sound thing. Can you guys hear me now?
There was an echo though.
We can hear you, but it's still echoing though. But we can hear you. I can hear you vividly. But it's
All
still
right, sorry guys. There's nothing I can do. I'm here in an empty room. I can't leave. But anyway, what I was saying is that what you guys saw when the South Africans were removing children out of school is because there are so many illegal immigrants in South Africa, and the law allows for an illegal immigrant's child to be enrolled in a school, right? Because they take it, what they say is that it's not the child's problem that the illegal immigrants made it into South Africa. Sometimes the illegal immigrants would still be going through the process of applying for asylum. It doesn't mean that the school kid or the child must now sit at home and not go to school. So while the illegal immigrant is applying or whatever
from the class is unlawful according to your government because they have the legal right to be there.
Hang on. Let me finish my statement. Don't worry, I'm going to wrap up very soon. So what they're saying, so what we've realized is that these illegal immigrants, when they come to our country, they do not actually have an interest in applying for asylum. They just want to come into the country, run their small business, sometimes sell powder and all this stuff. They're actually not trying to apply for asylum. So we've realized this. So they're basically using our constitution in an illegal way, let's say, in a way that's not right. So you actually find out that you are South African and maybe you're in the southern tip of South African, and there's an illegal immigrant who has their child enrolled in the school, and yours is not finding space in the school. You find schools in South Africa open around about 15 January. You find your kid is still looking for a school, and it's already Valentine's Day, a month into a school term. And when you guys saw that, actually, when you guys saw what you saw with that whole school, it was a school in Durban. I'm from Durban. There were actually 3,000, actually 2,700.
Do y'all have a democracy?
Immigrants.
Do y'all get to vote?
No, wait.
No, let me ask him real quick. Do you get to vote?
I want to hear his.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him finish, but I want to know if they have a democracy.
Just hang on. We vote every 5 years. So during the 5 years, this thing is happening in the 5 years. But let me finish what I'm saying.
So, bro, is that the reason why you bully people in your schools? You're bullying people. Is that the reason why you take the laws into your own hands? Is that the reason why? Is it not a better? Is it not a better way to handle the issues?
Idris, hold on one second. Hey, don't you guys have like a representatives, like like people who like so the government can take care of that instead of you guys abusing the other?
Right, that's why.
Like some authorities.
I just want him to answer that question.
Yeah. But guys, give me a chance to answer. Give me a chance to answer one question at a time, right? And also, I'm telling you the rhetoric that's happening in the country. I'm not telling you my views. I'm telling you the views of the country.
I need you to let them ask you a question one for one, but don't take up too much time answering. Okay, so the next person.
Okay, cool. I'll try to be straightforward. All right. So let's go to the question of don't we have authorities? Okay, so we do have authorities, but the authorities are understaffed. All right, the president just made a speech about a month ago where he said that he will increase the amount of immigration officials to 10,000. We all fell off our seats because we didn't know how many immigration officials do we have in the country? We thought they were probably in the thousands. To only hear that they 10,000 was insane.
Look at it. Look at the excuse. Look, please, my brother, please. Please, let me say something. I'll keep short,
guys.
please.
You guys gotta
I'll keep short,
go
please.
back to showtime.
Please. Let me just say something. Smiley face. Let me say something. I'll keep short, please. You say you have little staff to attend to the situation.
I'm saying
you
exactly,
understand?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So then you say, so is that the reason why a group of people, unalive people, chasing people out?
No.
Wait, brother. Is that so? And they're dealing to pregnant lady, to students in schools, people at the hospitals, all the major amenities. Why can't you face your government?
Okay, let me answer you like this. There isn't a person that has been unalived because of these protests. Not a single person. That's fake news. Not a single person has been unalived.
Why doesn't the government just change the policy so the immigrant children can't get into school, and that would deter them instead of you having to do it yourself?
Listen, let me tell you something. We have lost faith in our government, complete faith in our government. That's number one. Number two, you must understand the South African psyche. South Africans do not care about the government and what they do. We have overthrown a white government just 30 years ago. So in our minds, we already know that we can do things ourselves. We don't need to rely on the government. That's fresh in our minds. We're not like other African countries that overthrew their colonial government 60 years ago.
My brother, do you know your country makes 616 billion from other African countries, and the money they use to feed you people. You know, your uneducated people get paid 275 francs to be sustained in your country, and all this money comes from the 660 something. Do you know they can just sanction your countries for this? Don't you know the future sanctioning is coming for South Africa?
Let me tell you something, King Idris. The person that is affected economically by the influx of immigrants in this country does not care about that. He doesn't care. You are talking political jargon right now. You talking educated jargon right now. A bus driver, a truck driver, a cab driver does not care about it.
Because that's what we're talking about.
Yes,
bro. Yes, brother.
Before you continue, I would like to have a short conversation, right? Because you have all brought up very significant points. And now we went from America, now we're specifically talking about Africa, right? So in South Africa, now, you just said you just removed our white whatever's right. So what was the difference between when they were in power, when Britain was in power in South Africa, as opposed to the local, the local authorities, for lack of a better term, in South Africa? What is the difference for you as a person? Now I can ask anybody, ask somebody else, and they can give me
smiley face. The black South Africans, they never in power. They never in power. The whites own 80% of their lands in their country. They never in power.
Right, but now
a little space of Orania and the control. They never in power. You understand?
I'm in South Africa. I'm a South African. Let me explain to this brother
that's
of
why I
mine.
was asking you and not him.
Exactly. First and foremost, South Africa has got two independence. We got our independence from Britain, like the rest of the African countries in 1948. Some African countries got it earlier, some got it later. But we got our independence after World War, like all African countries. The only difference with us is that when we got our independence from Britain, it wasn't handed to black people, it was handed to white people. Why? Because South Africa is in the southern tip of Africa, and the climate here is actually exactly like Europe. I mean, we get snow in South Africa. Okay,
Yeah,
so the sun.
it's a beautiful country.
Come
Yeah,
on,
I'm going.
Idris. Come on,
I'm going.
Idris.
I'll see you guys.
Just
I'll see you
wait
guys
time.
later. Vibes, respect, man. JD, respect. You know, the South African brother, respect. Smiley face, respect. Later, my brother. Later.
Oh, you gotta
Okay,
go?
cool.
Love you, brother. Hey, love you.
Okay.
Hey,
So I'm
I'll
trying
see
to explain. I'm trying to explain the difference that the brother was asking, and I'm just about to wrap up. Okay, on the question. So the independence was given to whiteys that were actually living in South Africa because they decided to stay. The climate was very similar to Mediterranean region of Europe. Fine, great. So what happened is that Black South Africans between 1948 and 1994 started fighting for their freedom. So they wanted two types of freedom. They wanted freedom politically and they wanted freedom economically. So when Mandela freed us in 1994 when we had the first democratic election for all citizens of all colors in South Africa in 1994, he only was able to achieve what? Political freedom. He didn't achieve economic freedom for us. That's why the guy says that whiteys still own majority of the land and majority of the material industries in South Africa. So we still haven't attained the economic freedom, and that's what we're basically fighting. So imagine you are trying to fight for your economical freedom, then millions and millions of African immigrants are there to share the little that you have, while you're still fighting for what you want from the whiteys. And when you put things like minimum wage to get that money from the whiteys, these guys come and they undermine your efforts and they actually offer themselves modern slavery to be paid much less and then call you your brothers. This is the reason why South Africans are so angry. You must understand, South Africans are not fools. They're not acting the way that they're acting because they're just barbaric. They honestly have a situation at hand that African leaders and our African brothers must also sit down and discuss and say, hey guys, what is it that we're doing to have our brothers act this way? Because we didn't just act the way that we're acting just for nothing, for vibes. No. Our African brothers are undermining our efforts to get the economic emancipation that we've been looking for and we've been deprived of since 1994. That's what's happening. It's not crime. It's not all this nonsense. It's not powder. Those are just people that cannot explain exactly what's happening. What's happening is the undercutting and the undermining of our efforts to gain back our economic emancipation.
I would like to say that you have very, very good intentions for everything you're saying, but you're speaking for a portion of the population. So when you talk about things like this, right? Do you know about Hong Kong?
Oh, I know about Hong Kong, yeah.
Do you know
it was a British colony?
I'm sorry?
It was a British colony at some point.
Yes. Do you know when that ended? When the power was turned over back to the Chinese government? And do you know that it was considered Hong Kong, and then there was the Chinese mainland, which they were literally in the center of. So everything around them was considered Chinese mainland, and they were considered their own little thing because they were owned by the British government up until.
Not really, actually. No, not really. Hong Kong, even before the British came, already saw themselves as different. This is the reason why they don't speak Mandarin and they speak Cantonese.
I'm asking you a legitimate question. This is within the last 10 years, literally within the last 10 years, and it's actually shorter than that, that I don't know what media you get where you are. They went out shooting soft tip arrows and clearing streets and doing all kinds of stuff in protest in the last 10 years because there was a whole thing where it was turned over from, and there was a treaty. I forget what it is. I can't quote it. Not at this moment, but it's a real thing. You can look it up. They went out and they were fighting against the turnover of this because when Hong Kong was part of the British government and there was a treaty that said, okay, we got you until this day, and then you get turned back over to them, they were so mad about it. They were so mad about it. They did not want to be turned back over to the Chinese government. And they got turned over to the Chinese government. There was a whole weird, crazy thing. There's a lot of stuff on the news, and there has been for quite some time. It's well over now, but I don't know what you've been privy to, but I want to equate that to what happened in South Africa because, yes, it was owned by the British government. So when it was owned by the British government, it was built up by the British government. And then afterwards, it was allowed to deteriorate because of the removal of the British government. And you cannot say, hey, we didn't have this thing crumble in the absence of, because that's literally what happened. It literally happened that in the absence of the money, the influence, and the ability, the infrastructure crumbled. To this day.
Sorry, I beg to differ. But anyway, I think we're going to digress on this, but I beg to 100% differ with you. You must remember, as I said to you right now, we South Africa had two waves of independence. I said to you that in 1948 we had independence from Britain. Britain was broke as a joke because of World War, right? They were fighting World War II. They had no money to sustain all these colonies, so they gave these fake independence. So they gave independence to Ghana, blah, 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 many countries, including us, South Africa. Now, the building up of South Africa started in 1948. Before then, South Africa was just a normal colony, like you have Zambia, you have whatever country that was colonized by Britain. The build-up actually happened once they gave the ownership, let's say, or whatever, or control to the white South Africans that were living in South Africa. Okay, that's when they actually used that opportunity to oppress the black South Africans. Before 1948, South Africans were not really as oppressed as they were after 1948. 1948 was the time where the so-called apartheid started, when there was brutal segregation, brutal mistreatment and ill treatment of black South Africans and people of color. So I beg to differ with you if you say that it was the British colonial government that built up South Africa. It was definitely not. In actual fact, after 1948,
I do, guys. I do want to say something. I don't know what's going on with the South African thing, but it sounds like all the other immigration issues that we have around the world. And it's always based on scarcity, that there's not enough to go around for everyone, And I think, I'm not saying immigration shouldn't happen. I'm just saying there's certain levels of it. And I think that kind of mirrors what's going on in the United States. I've seen some panels about South Africa and us comparing them to FBAs. And it would be unfair to say that because, the only ones I'm studying right now are the FBAs. But with that, I want to introduce the brother here, Arcidi. Brother, welcome to the panel. Do you want to introduce yourself and do you want to respond to anything that's been said or speak on the prompt? Go ahead. My brother, the brother that just came in.
No, Zombo.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. I thank Mr. Vibes for holding this panel. From the tonation of your voice, I may be wrong, but it sounds like you are Americans. First of all, I want to thank you for the power has been given to me by our ancestor. Thank you very much, and God, may the God of ancestors bless you. I will present myself. I'm a traditional chief, cultural chief in Cameroon. I have on my compound more than 5,000 Bentus. You are the epicenter of Bantu in Cameroon, from where all Bantu departed. I'm speaking here by the power have been given to me by the elders who are our ancestors. Thank you very much. I want to intervene, maybe not in economical, cultural, political perspective, but in cultural angle, just in cultural angle. So I want to remind, I saw on the picture with Bantu's traditional items held by Mr. Alabin. I assume that is a Zulu boy. It's a Zulu man. If I'm wrong,
Yes, I'm a Zulu man, yes.
Let me, if I'm wrong, correct me. So if you are a Zulu man, it means you are my son. You all departed from what is now geographically called Central African region, which includes almost 5 countries: Cameroon, Gabon, Central Africa Republic, Equatorial Guinea, Congo, and part of Nigeria. Is where all of you people departed. Is where all the skeleton of your ancestors are buried. We are keeping the skeleton of your ancestor in Central Africa region. So on behalf of that, I wanted to take speech right now. I wanted to remind you one thing.
Zambo, I'm sorry, brother. You say you're from Cameroon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm from Cameroon, the epicenter of Bantus, from where all departed. All Bantu departed from
Okay, brother.
Okay. Before, there is no Cameroon before. You were speaking about the kingdom. You have so many kingdoms all over Africa. So the names Cameroon, Gabon, Chad, South Africa are new. So I'm speaking traditional and cultural aspect. So you people departed from Central Africa region. When you departed from Central Africa region to cross all East Asia, all East Africa, until arriving to South, you meet some people there, which you people call it Khoisan, Khoikan, and San, who are not Bantus. Of course, we descend from the same ancestors, but we are divided. That's the first point I wanted to make. So I will be concentrate on Zulu. Sorry if my English is not perfect. I'm a French speaking guy. By the way, I wanted to be concentrated on Zulu, who are 100% Bantus. 100% Bantus. So they are my son. I wanted to tell you the history. When you departed from Central Africa region, you departed from Central Africa region with some quality, with our value, with value who we still preserve today. We don't know what happened along the way. When you cross all of Africa, you cross Rwanda, you cross Angola, you cross Uganda, you cross Kenya, you cross Ethiopia, so on and so forth, until you people arrive in South Africa. Okay, once you arrive there, my dear brother, I don't know what went on. In Bantu's tradition, we say, when you say food for one, there is a food for many. That's the first quality Bantu has. The second quality we have is that somehow, no matter what, you will fight for your brother. Is it Bantu or Sudano or Sahelian or whatsoever, until you die for your brother. We don't know, as the conservator of our tradition, what happened. How can you stand and say today, because Westerner brought us the what we call today state of nation. You call it Tanzania, Zambia, so on and so forth. Where your value went, why you keep your value on the toilet? How can you run against and behind your blood brother, chasing him on the street, unalive them, some burning them with gasoline? We don't recognize those values in Bantu cultural ancestry tradition. That's the first thing. And the second thing I wanted to remind you, we as a Bantu community, we as a Bantu who skip and who will always, until we die, defend our value, we decided that we are not, and we will not be included on what you people are doing in South Africa. We will remind you once more to know your history, to know your root, and your ancestors who are buried in Cameroon, in Gabon, in Equatorial Guinea, never and ever do such thing. Never and ever do such thing. So I will learn saying that we have in Central Africa region, according to what you are doing, we will get a courage to pray for you people, to pray for ancestors to not punish you once more. But if our ancestor decided to punish you one more for what you are doing, remember that we will not put a finger up to help you once more as we helped you before. Because you have deceived Africa, you have deceived the Bantu community, you have deceived black diaspora around the world, and you have deceived the whole continent. Thank you very much. That was all I want to say. And thanks for having me in your panel.
Zombie, thank you for sharing that, bro. Thank you for sharing that. You know, it's a knowledge. You know, we learn from each other. You know.
I don't know. Can you still hear me? Mr. Zambo, can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Go ahead.
All right, great. Okay, cool. So thank you for that submission. I understand exactly what you're saying, and not only do I understand what you're saying, I know the history as well. Of course, definitely, as the Zulus, are Bantu people, we come from our great ancestor Ntu, who was located around Central Africa many years ago. When I say many years ago, I'm talking about 13,000 years ago and beyond. Fortunately for myself, I am able to recall my ancestors, and I'm able to recall my forefathers up until the 24th generation. So which means if I am generation number 1 and my father is generation number 2 and my grandfather is generation number 3, I am able to call them by name up until the 24th generation. Okay, so what you are telling me now is things that we know already. I also know the migration routes that my forefathers took all those years ago. But Zambo, that doesn't mean that just because we originate from Central Africa, we now must take each and every single abuse that we receive from our African brothers. It doesn't mean. So when I'm telling you now that we have a challenge in our country because we are trying to get economic emancipation and our African brothers are undermining that effort, now we must just let that happen because we originate from Central Africa. There's no ways. You must remember when there was the World War, you must remember that the British royal family was actually of German origin. They were actually German. They're not actually English. But guess what? During World War, Germany was fighting with England. The royal house of England and also the Germans led by Hitler did not say we are not going to fight those people because originally they are German. But they had an issue on the table that led them to go to war. So the people that need the reminding that you've just given me today are the people that are coming into the country to undermine our efforts by undercutting the labor prices, by having an overflow of labor into our country. Remember, if you increase the supply of anything, you decrease the price. That's basic economics. So the more labor that you supply, cheap labor that you supply to a country, that means the existing labor price is going to go down. So the people that need reminding, the history that you've just told me now, are the people that are undermining the efforts of South Africans right now, not South Africans. I land.
Can I ask a question too? I mean, at the end of the
Do you need
day,
an answer?
oh, go ahead,
I
brother.
mute
You want to respond to that? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Alam, okay, sorry, Alamnuka. Sorry, I appreciate your speech, okay, but I wanted, as I make my introduction, I just want to go to the economical, social, and so on aspect, because if I go deep in those aspects, I may be very long. Many people in this panel already explain in details better than me, okay, those particular aspects. I will prefer to stay and to keep my speech in cultural and traditional values. As far as you are a Bantu, as far as you carry Bantu blood, you must know at least 10% of our value. In Bantu world, we said a brother is like a bite on your tongue. A bite on your tongue means the blood will come out. You may throw that blood out, but some will remain and go into your stomach. That is deep tradition. Means those people who are there are first of all your brother. Even though they are criminals, even though they sell powder as you say, even though they do this, even though I assume that they are the worst human beings. But at the end of the day, my brother, they are your blood. And you, in African value, in Bantu's value, we never treat a brother like that. Not today, not yesterday, and not tomorrow. Even though all 3 or 4 or 5 million Africans who are there are the photocopy of Hitler, the worst human being on earth. As far as those Hitler, those 5 million Hitler, Adolf Hitler, are your brother, you're not supposed to chase them in the street. You people knows very well, according to the Western value, which are better than your value today. Western value said if somebody is undocumented, which is not true, they are in overstay, not undocumented. Undocumented means, because I watched many of your panel, South African people say it, undocumented. Undocumented in French means no documents. I don't know in English if it's the same word. If somebody cross into your country and when and seek asylum, is not undocumented anymore. You have a document. So undocumented is not true. Say they are in overstay. That is true. You know Africans. Myself, before being appointed the chief, I work all over Africa and over Europe. They called me back to come and take the continuation of my ancestral tradition. So I went back to Africa. And I left all the business I was doing abroad to keep our tradition, to transfer those values to the new generation. And that's why I want to transfer those values today. Some of those values today in this particular panel. There are regulations, state regulation, how to deport, overstay. I assume that you are get bored with them. Go and show them. Go and show finger to the police station. The policemen, they will be arrested and get deported. Not crash down on the street as a dog, as a rat.
Brother.
This is not bad for value. Thank you very much.
I think Zambo, unfortunately, you do not have the lived experience, which means you are not in South Africa to witness what we witness.
I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. I just
Yo,
wanted to say
Vibes, hold on 1 second. You're my brother from South Africa. You need to understand one thing, brother. Some of us, we do have family in South Africa. We do have family there.
Wait.
I was
You know,
cut off while I was responding.
they tell us everything.
Allow him to speak on what was just said. There was a lot just
Well,
said.
I know, but I haven't had a chance to speak. So let me say this.
Is that you, Von?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
So
okay. You over here
I just wanted to say.
Trying to go to bed and shit.
Yeah. I just wanted to say to the brother too, because I want to say that again. I go back to the scarcity mindset. You keep comparing your situation to American situation about when the Mexicans jumped the thing, or when the World War II, and so you keep making comparisons to America and saying how, like, making us trying to understand your situation. But you see, here in America, we're not all in agreement with how this current administration handles people that they dehumanize and call illegals, people without papers, people that were here before these colonists came. So same with South Africa, same with South Afrikaners who kicked black people, made white town onlys, and called you guys illegals on their land, which is originally your land. So again, I think what the brother is trying to say is, you guys forgot about your humanity. You forgot about you are caught up in a capitalistic buffer class, and you're in, and who's in there for working for who? You're working to be servants, maids, and work for white people there. And you're talking about the value of money, the value of your land, the resources. Again, it feels like it's coming from a scarcity mindset. And so if we go from that mindset, we already know. But you sound like a lot of the white nationalists here, you know. But I don't know what's going on in South Africa. I'm just hearing a lot down here. But you mimic these white nationalist talking points that we hear here in America. So with that, I'll land, and anyone can go next.
Well, brother, when I'm giving my submission, I haven't heard anybody from America say anything. So I'm not mimicking anything that's been said by an American. I'm speaking about my lived experience. And if my lived experience is similar to something that you've heard before in America, well, then so be it. But what I want to say is this to the brother from Cameroon. I understand his values of Bantu as he's speaking, but some of the things that he's saying are actually not true. Before white people arrived in Africa, Africa had wars, right? My tribe, the Zulu tribe, had wars before white people arrived. And who were they fighting? They were fighting other Bantus for whatever reason that they were fighting at that time. So this whole thing of you are Bantu, you're my brother, I'll never fight you even though I feel like you're wrong is completely absurd. There's been so many wars that black people have been fighting amongst themselves. This is not even at the level of a war. It's not going to get into a war. But all we're saying is that the people that need reminding that these are your Bantu brothers are the people that are undermining the efforts of South African black people who are trying to secure economical emancipation. We've already secured political. We can move around as much as we can. During apartheid, we couldn't. We had curfews and all this stuff. But now we can go anywhere we want to go. But economically, we cannot go anywhere we want to go. Economically, we cannot buy what we want to buy. We cannot have the houses. We live in squalor. We live in slums. We live in shacks. So if we are trying to fight the whiteys so that we can get this economic emancipation, then somebody else who's supposed to be my brother undermines that effort. Then who are you going to call to order, me or the person that's coming to undermine my effort in my country?
You see,
so
the problem,
I don't fully agree.
My brother, the
with
problem
brother.
is you are generalizing all immigrants in South Africa. Let me tell you something, brother. Hold on. There's a lot of other African immigrants lived in South Africa longer before you was born. You know, when Hold on. When Zambo was speaking, remember that brother was speaking with pain because he knows exactly how things went in West Africa. He knows. You know, you can just say, so
we
what?
need
So
to
what?
remove
You can say,
emotions out of this discussion.
No. That's being passionate. That's being passionate, bro. You need to understand one thing. See, brother, let me tell you something. Hold on, brother.
But you have different people talking about different regions.
Hold on,
So
brother. Let me tell you something.
you have
I'm
different
from
people
I'm
talking
from
about different
Kenya.
reasons.
Hold
You
on,
can't
smiley face. Hold on,
put
smiley
it
face.
all
Hold
to
on
the
one second,
same
bro. Hold
thing.
on one second. Hold on one second, bro. Brother, the guy from South Africa. Hey, my brother, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm from Kenya. Okay, we
Yeah.
have a lot of South Africans in Kenya. We know a lot of them don't have proper documentations. Did we snitch on them? No, we've never done that.
But
Okay,
that's on you. If you don't want to do that, that's on you.
but
What's that got to do with?
they're prospering, and even the Kenyan economy is getting better. You see what I'm saying? So here's a problem. I'm not gonna say all of you guys, but majority of you guys. The problem is you guys are saying the immigrants came in. They're trying to destabilize our effort. We're trying to go after the government to build our economy and stuff like that. And stuff like that. Okay, some of these immigrants who are in South Africa, some of them they're working on trying to get their proper documentations. I have family in South Africa, my brother. I do have family there. They live there I swear, they live there for decades.
Yeah.
Do they have the proper documentation? Yes, they got the proper documentation 10 years later.
Okay.
So here's the
So
thing,
what?
bro.
I mean, I'm trying to get to the so what here.
So
The point is your talking point. Your
what
talking
happens in
point
America.
your talking point like Vibe say. Your talking point is a YT's talking point.
No, I don't think
No,
that's
it's
true at
not.
all. It's not
It
true
is.
at all.
It is.
He's talking from a point of this is what makes us strong. This is what makes us weak. If we do a certain thing, we we open ourselves up to a thing. Now, granted, immigration in South Africa, and I don't know, you say it was from a different
I'm from
West Africa.
East Africa, Kenya. East Africa, Kenya.
East Africa. Okay, yeah. So I don't know the immigration laws over there. So in America, there's over 1 million people a year, well over 1 million people a year that are integrated into American society. And when I say integrated, the people don't actually integrate; they just become an American citizen. They have, that's immigration, right? So when they jump in, and that's it. Now, when they jump in, there's 3.5 million people that don't do it legally who jump in at the same time every single year. And that happens every single year. And we send people back on visas, we do whatever, but we still retain millions of people from other countries. Now, when you say, oh, you don't like us because we're from this portion of Africa, I don't know how it comes across when you have these talks and these conversations in the continent of Africa, right? But when you have them in the continent of America, it's, oh, you're racist. Oh, you're xenophobic. Oh, you're this, you're that. It's like, no. We just want to do this one thing. Even if we want to say, hey, you Canadians, stay over there. People like to get mad about that. I don't know why. Because every continent, every country, everywhere there is a border. And no one can deny that. Everyone has a border. When America has a border, it's seen as an affront to human rights. It's seen as an affront to the fact that humans are alive. Like, I don't even know how to explain it better than that. It's like people get mad that America likes to have borders.
Europeans carved out borders in Africa, Smiley.
I'm sorry?
Most people migrate and go to where the grass is greener on the other side. Birds migrate, animals migrate without borders.
But
roosters
human.
come back to roost on their home. So that concept is a YT concept too. Now, were there
Wait,
No,
kingdoms?
no,
Were
it's
there
not.
boundaries?
No, it's
Yes, of
not.
before you go
course.
forward,
But again,
We had
who are
borders.
holding
We
these
had borders in
for their own
Africa
best
I don't want.
interest?
before
I don't
YTs
want.
arrived.
Wait,
We
I
had
don't want.
borders in Africa
International
before
I
YTs
don't.
spaces.
I
arrived.
don't want everyone
There's
to jump on you.
international spaces
I
in
want to know.
America that no one can stop, and there's people that come here. There's expats. There's a bunch of international spaces that
You're
you
comparing
don't get a
birds.
chance. You don't get a
You're
choice,
comparing birds,
huh?
Brody.
But
Brody.
host, hang on, host. Let me tell you something. We had borders in
No,
Africa before YTs arrived. We had borders. This whole concept of borders were made by YTs is trash. I'm sorry. We
So
had
the
borders
Berlin
before
Conference
YTs
never
arrived.
existed. The Berlin's Conference
I
never
didn't.
existed.
No, I didn't say that the Berlin Conference didn't exist. I'm saying to you that before YTs arrived, we had our own borders. YTs came and made their own borders. In actual fact, if we kept to the borders that we had before YTs arrived, there would be about 2,000 countries in Africa. Right now, there's 54. So what they did is they consolidated the borders that were already there and made them into consolidated borders. But we had borders
I would
before.
like to ask, why is it that white people, mind you, white people left Africa, came back to Africa, and then started repurposing and redefining Africa? Why was it that somebody was allowed to leave, come back, and say, you know what, this is what this should look like? Why is that?
Who left and came back?
You can't say 200, 500, 600, 700 years later, 1,000 years later, you can't say, oh, y'all been fucking us up for this whole time.
Okay.
He's talking about neocolonialism. That's what he's talking about.
What my brother just said is incorrect. We don't have border. We have kingdoms. Those kingdoms.
Right. So
let me tell you. Please, you come to my angle, I will respond. Okay.
You can't tell me about your
You just assume that before the colonization, before 1884, 1884 in Berlin, we have border. This is incorrect. We have kingdoms. For
Okay,
example,
so your kingdom, Zambo, you did not know the land of your kingdom, where the land starts and where it ends. Because where it starts and where it ends, that's the border.
Let me land. No.
And you have a border, and every time you have a border, and every kingdom, every country has a border. And if you don't have a
smiley
border,
face. Before that Africa, we just had kingdoms before. You don't know that. We just had kingdoms before.
Yeah, but kingdoms
you can't
have
say I don't
borders.
know that, because I do know that. Every place had kingdoms and whatever they wanted to declare themselves. But if you were going to have yourself, you had to have a border between you and the next people. So
yes,
exactly.
I don't care what you call yourself, there is a border.
Yes, let me explain myself. If those particular border was a line, not crossing line, you could have not go from Central Africa to South. What you must know is that those kingdoms, of course, have what you can call the border, but those border was not a stopping line. You understand? As it is today, those border was people to pass, to go and come as they wish. That's the difference between modern border and our kingdom's border. Otherwise, you could not travel 4,000 kilometers.
Wait. May I ask you a question about that? So you said it was a border, but you could pass the border. So
you can pass the border today as well. Like, there's no difference. Who said you can't pass the border today? People pass the border today every day.
Visa before no visa.
All right,
It's a
so
family.
No, the border and the visa are two different things. A visa is the
right,
right for you to stay. The border
the
is the
proper.
line. It's an invisible line that shows you where your land starts and ends. If you want that line to be clear, you can put a fence in it. You can put a wall. Whatever. It's an invisible line. But if you want to demarcate it, you can paint it. You can put a wall. You can put whatever you want to do. But a border is a border. Visa is something else.
Right.
Yes.
So these are very different things.
You were free to go from one
I
place
want
to
to ask a
another.
question. I want to ask a question because I have multiple Africans in my ability to speak right now.
Just don't do
How
your
how many of y'all have
Smiley, you
seen
do your string of questions.
No. Because everything made sense and it was carried up by the next person, right? So what I'm trying to say right now is, how many of the people who I'm speaking to right now have seen Roots? And it's a very, very, very serious question. Hey, Vibe,
I saw Roots. I saw Roots maybe
Stick to
in.
borders. Stick to borders.
I saw Roots in 2001, maybe. You're talking about the Kunta Kinte thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw it long ago. But
Okay.
I can't tell you what happened. I don't remember, but I saw it long ago.
I saw it also. I saw it when I was a young boy.
Oh, wait, you did not see it when you was a young boy. Stop. Shut up. That's crazy. And when I say shut up, I don't mean shut up because that's disrespectful. So don't take it that
No
way.
problem.
I don't mean that. No, when I say who has seen Roots is a very, as an American, right? I am American. It's a very inspirational thing. It makes me think about things differently in 2 and 3 ways. So when I look at it and I see it and I'm like, damn. And I'm rooting for a struggle I know is lost. But I'm still rooting the whole way that I'm watching. And I've watched it 5 times. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, damn. And I'm saying, whoa. This is a person, he has a life, he has a struggle, he has all this stuff before these people appear. So now he has this struggle. Now there's this whole external struggle that's happening. Now it's being pulled from his day-to-day life struggle to this. And I'm like, whoa, is it like, do you
This better
say,
tie back to borders. This better tie back to borders, Smiley.
No, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I promise you I'm getting there. So like I'm saying, well, part of Roots is, or part of this struggle is like, okay, so we can't go into their land. We got to stay on this side. We got to do this side. Oh, you got to stay under the boat. You got to learn how to breathe. Oh, you got to learn. All right, you're going to get these scars on your body and they annotate certain